Every stylish guy knows what takes an outfit from good to great is the attention to detail. And nothing completes a look like the right belt. You know what ruins a great outfit fast? A worn out belt that doesn't fit right. Most guys are still rocking belts with stretched out holes that either pinch your waist or sag and throw off the whole look. That's why I'm excited to partner with today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle. This family-run company has been around since 2009, and they've completely reimagined how belts should work. Instead of holes, Anson Belt uses a micro-adjustable track system with quarter-inch increments. That means you get the perfect fit every single time. And once you feel that kind of comfort and precision, you'll never want to wear a traditional belt again. The best part, you can mix and match every buckle with any strap. One box set gives you 9 different belt combos, so you'll get to maximize versatility with way less clutter in your closet. But this isn't just about style, it's about feeling more comfortable, more confident, and more put together every time you get dressed. Anson Belt moves with you, so whether you're sitting, standing, or on the go, you're always comfortable and always looking sharp. I've been wearing mine nonstop, and honestly, it's the best belt I've ever owned. Once you try it, you will see exactly what I mean. You won't go back. And here's why you can trust them. They're still proudly family owned. They've earned over 40,000 5-star reviews, and every belt is backed by a lifetime guarantee on functionality. They stand behind every product they make, and once you try one, you'll understand why. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring today's video, when you click the link in the description or scan this QR code to build a box set, you'll get 2 bonus pieces, a buckle and a strap completely free. That's 3 buckles and 3 straps, which you can mix and match into 9 unique belt combos all in one box. It's an exclusive deal you won't get anywhere else, so click the link, build your set, and upgrade your belt game today.
Ali, I love Darwin, my brother. There's my brother.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wednesday show. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Okay. Glad to see you guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got Miss Pearl and the Ashanti Warrior, Willie, Hink, Clout, Dope, me, myself, Lapeef JR. Again, welcome to the Wednesday show. Excellent show ahead for you guys. We're going to go ahead and open it up with Cardi B announces pregnancy number 4. I was able to look, so she filed for divorce from Offset in July 2024, and the divorce remains pending. While the marriage is over, Cardi B has recently stated she is open to marriage again and is currently in a relationship with NFL star Stephon Diggs. She recently announced today, or maybe yesterday, that it's baby number 4. So let's hear what she has to say.
Rumor about you is that you are having a baby, and I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stephon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do. And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time. It's not like we're never like comfortable. We just want to keep doing it. And that's just how we both are.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. So she finally admits to being pregnant. I mean, there was a lot of rumors surrounding it. And even though we all was unsure if she really was, she made it public. She wanted to do it on her own terms. I want to get immediate reactions about how you guys feel about it and just kind of tie it in everyday life. I'm going to go ahead and start with you first, Willie.
I couldn't care less. It's Cardi B. I don't know why Cardi B is on Gayle King exposing or celebrating the fact that she's pregnant while she's still married to somebody else. It's I don't. It, yeah, it's just messy and like it's highlighting dysfunction in women. So a lot of people go, people who look up to her think, okay, well, I don't have to, I can. Women get mad at men for dating while they're married still. That's a huge thing for women. Like, well, you got to be all the way divorced. They don't respect separation. And then now we're discussing the fact that she's pregnant by another man while she's still married to another one. So, I, it's the nigga shit for me. Like I don't understand why we think this is okay.
So, in your personal opinion, you think that anyone that's going through a divorce or has filed for divorce should be officially ended before they start dating?
No, I'm not gonna say that because I'm a guy, so I know how it works, and I'm realistic. But what you should definitely do is not be having a baby while you're pregnant, while you're still married by somebody else, because when that baby is born, legally, it's going to be her husband's, not the father's. So, like, he's going to have to go. He's going to have to go establish. Like, it's messy, bro. And then now they won't divorce them until the baby is born because they don't want to bastardize the child. So, good luck to them. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't it. This is nothing about them saying that they're the best at what they do. They're the best at being messy and being in newspapers headlines for the wrong shit.
And William, that's my last question for you. Who are you more surprised by, Stefan or Cardi?
By Cardi. I mean, Stefan is notorious for having a terrible pullout game. Like him and his brothers both. I think them niggas got like 10 kids between the two of them. So, and he's an athlete. That's what athletes do. Athletes fuck hoes. He just got a rich one. That's like he just got a woman who's financially probably his equal. Nothing special or unique about what he did. He got Cardi B pregnant. That's not special. That's
Yeah, should have done my homework. I didn't know he was out there like that. Go ahead, Miss Ann, the Shanti warrior. How you feeling about this Cardi B being pregnant again?
I first and foremost, I think every child is a blessing, every child. And so the fact that like despite like the moment I heard this, I was like, she is so Dominican, it's not even funny. Like she just had a baby, she's having another one. Like they like big families. Ultimately, I think the child is a blessing. I also think given the nature of her relationship with Offset, she was not going to be able to move on from him unless this happened. Like there had to be something because she was so financially and emotionally attached to him that something greater had to kind of overshadow that past relationship. And so her getting pregnant to me is a symbol of her intentional movement forward. Um, now if we're talking about like they have filed for divorce, like all the papers are filed. It does take time for it to formally process through the courts, so it's completely legalized, but that process is happening. There's no going back, right? They are they are not fully divorced, but they might as well be, essentially. The papers have been filed, it's in court, it just takes time. Um, the infidelity part that I think is interesting is having more smoke for Cardi than Offset when he was actually her husband and he was literally cheating every 3 months with other women. There's even rumors he may or may have not had an oopsie baby, and this was when they were legally together. So I think what she is doing is doing her very best to move forward, and that child is going to be loved and cared for.
All right. Go ahead, True.
Ooh.
What you thinking about this Cardi B?
Apologize for the my tardiness. So thanks for having me. I believe we're above wasting our time talking about Cardi B. To be honest with you, um, I think Cardi is Cardi. Cardi gonna be Cardi. Her being pregnant, that's awesome. Her ovaries work, but I don't have too much to say about it. I'm not gonna lose no sleep tonight over the whole situation. That's my take on it.
Okay, I hear that. Go ahead. What's that? Oh, that's your headphone. I thought that was a chain you had on, Hank. I thought you had the Shannon Sharp special going on, man. I thought you had But go ahead, brother Hank. What are your thoughts about Cardi B being pregnant again? I know you're a sports fan, and Stephon Diggs, he has one child. And this child he's going to have with Cardi B will make number 2, just so you guys know. But go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, I don't even know why anybody would want to first how she got married, because she's a goddamn stripper, man, a prostitute, pretty much a legalized prostitute. But the fact that she got married was nasty work by Offset. But it is what it is. But she got pregnant by another man outside, like she said before he got everything final. That's going to be nasty. And if it is Stephon, yeah. His last name ain't gonna be unless he gets that fixed. Had to go through the court papers, get that fixed, and so that's gonna be an ugly situation. Yeah, it's bad all the way around. I know Willie said it's her fault, but I'm not surprised by a hoe being a hoe. But as a man, god damn dog, why? I gotta put it on him. I gotta put it on him, man, for getting this nasty heifer pregnant, man. Just due to the situation, she's still married. This heifer's still married. You dropping loads in her. Yeah, it's all the way bad.
Why matter if she married?
You said what?
Why matter if Cardi B is married? Like,
why does it matter that she's married?
Yeah, she separated. She done with Offset. He wanted.
Yeah, but just because you separated don't mean you done with him. They can always get back.
If he get back with her after she got a baby by another nigga.
He married her, man. He married her. That alone says his judge of character is shitty. So what the fuck, man?
Marrying a stripper and being a rapper, I still give him grace that he won't take back a bitch.
Oh, hell no. That's some bullshit. Come on, man. Come on. God damn.
If he take back a chick that got pregnant from another nigga, that's crazy. That's crazy than marrying a stripper.
Ooh, it's early. Okay. Let's see where this is gonna go.
But you guys gotta also understand too is that some of these men they be lusting over who the person is, their status, the money. I know some men that actually do that with just average people. They're not celebrities, but they got a bag. And so they're just attracted and drawn to that, the fact that she's leveled up in life. And so it doesn't surprise me. And I think he can be correct. I mean, Offset could still want her. Possibly still might take her back because he did marry her. Go ahead, Mont.
I don't know. Every marriage not made the same. You know how you look at women different. Like you might see a woman, you might approach her and be like, I'd like to take you out to dinner. And it's another woman, you might approach her and be like, what's your name? What you doing later? Like, let's go get a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I look at her marriage like it's not a real marriage. Like I don't see them as like a, like a couple whose marriage I would respect the same way, it's like just people who I would respect more. So I guess that's why it's not really bothering me to this extent, because she's a stripper and she made her career off of, talking about from Love and Hip Hop or whatever show she was on. And Offset, he do whatever he want. So I don't really, these aren't really two people who I expect more from. So, of course, I guess I can't expect more from Stephon Diggs either, though, because they say he a wild boy. So
he only got one child, man.
Yeah, but I saw a video where they was asking the teammates if you could pick one person on the team who you would never want to touch your sister. Everybody said Diggs. Everybody was like, "Yo, Diggs, Diggs can't touch my sister." Like everybody was like,
they was talking about his brother. They was talking about his brother. They wasn't talking about Stephon.
They was on the same team at that time.
No, they went on. No, I don't think they was talking about Stefan. I thought they was talking about his brother. I could be wrong though.
No, this was Stefan. This wasn't the Cowboys. This was I think it was Stefan for sure. Yeah,
It was the Bills.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It was the Bills.
Okay.
The Bills.
The whole team said it. Offense, defense, coaching staff. They all said it.
How the hell they start talking about that?
Because like what the I think it was on a Hard Knocks episode. What they're doing is like, hey, if you had one person that you want to keep away from your daughter or your sister, who would it be? And then everybody said his name.
That's some nasty work.
Okay, yeah, because niggas out here hitting 10, 15 women a week.
Okay.
I don't really expect much. So
yeah, but Mike, you sit there and say that. You sit there and say that though, but the woman's still married. You don't understand. Some people in the marriage she may be done with him, but he may not be done. You got situations like that where dudes feel like he's still tied to this woman, and if you out somewhere and he sees it, he might snap. I wouldn't marry with a woman who's not completely done with the situation and has got some time between that situation, because you never know how certain individuals feel about certain situations. Even a woman could snap and he's out with a new woman. We've seen situations like that. I've seen it on TikTok a couple times where a man was still with legally married to the woman. They wasn't together, but he felt some type of way when he seen her out, her she was out, and he goes snapping on her. They've been separated for over a year.
Do you think it's inappropriate for her to be out here like searching for new suitors simply because of him? Like,
Simply
should she
because
really?
she's married.
The woman who made wet ass pussy.
She's actually divorced. They filed for divorce,
She's not
right?
divorced.
They're like,
she's married.
They have filed for divorce. It's
And
going
she's
through the
still
process.
married. There's no final divorce.
but until the
If
paperwork
she filed
signed,
for divorce, that means she's still married.
Guys.
Wait. Like, I think this might be a teachable moment, so she can kind of learn. But when you file for divorce, you're still legally divorced until the judge puts a stamp on it.
Correct.
And, right. So what they're saying is that even though they filed for divorce, by
he meant to stay legally married. That's what he meant to say.
Legally married.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like filing for a trademark. It's not approved until it's registered.
So she has to wait that like 6 months to a year legal process to finish before she finds love.
In some states.
No,
it ain't in some states. It's in all 50 states.
She said before she finds love.
Right, before she found love. Not
If only that's what we were talking about. This woman is pregnant by another nigga married to another nigga. That's like, why are we defending?
She also
like this. Like,
this behavior is normal.
It's very few and far in between where I see us support bald-headed hoe shit so like vehemently. Because like, if a man had did this, if any of these athletes was married, we'll just say Tom Brady was married and he went and got his side bitch pregnant while he was still married to old girl, even though they filed for divorce. No disrespect to any of you ladies up here, but y'all will be on his ass talking about typical man. Look at him, because men are typically the ones that like, I'm going through a divorce. We just roommates type shit. And now we're saying, oh well, she should have to wait until she finds love to be divorced. Like, yes, like that's the legal fucking requirement. Like, what do we?
You realize Offset has a girlfriend right now.
Sure if y'all know.
Your point being what, Ann? He doesn't have a girlfriend that's pregnant.
And Offset's a
the
man.
Point is,
Offset is
they're
a
not
man.
acting like a married couple.
Your point is what? That's not the level that we're setting here.
What I'm saying is there's a difference between legality and the spirit and intent, in my opinion. And so, if in spirit and intent we are not acting married, we are literally living separate lives, and we're just waiting for the legality part. That's very different from still having sex with someone's wife or husband.
And if you were pregnant say you're married to a man, and then y'all file for divorce, and you get pregnant by another man, he's probably going to put your head between a washer and dryer, because now that man is going to be responsible for somebody else's child legally. That baby is born.
Bro.
Offset is responsible for that baby by default. So again, like,
Willie, you gotta understand, we talking about rich people though.
No, it don't, I don't give a shit who we talking about. We just the money and all that shit doesn't mean anything. We're talking
Yeah,
about the actual
rich people
issue.
make dumb decisions too, though.
Well,
As
yeah,
far as
clearly because they
being
marry fucking
responsible for the
strippers.
kid,
All right,
though.
y'all. Let me go ahead and get some of the other folks in there before we start the debate. Miss Pearl, and then we'll go to Shanice. What are you guys' thoughts?
I kind of agree with everybody else. I think this is a subject as far as Cardi B that's not worth talking about, because her behavior's just been reckless since we've been knowing her. But it goes to speak about a little deeper, I guess, as far as our community. This isn't just a rich topic or a celebrity topic. Women go outside marriages who are broke and cheat on their husbands cheat on wives, vice versa. Getting pregnant. She came out and said she slept with somebody while she was pregnant. Women do that and it doesn't depend on how much money they have. So this ain't really, like I said, a rich or celebrity thing. We can look a little deeper into it and really question ourselves as to why we feel like this is acceptable. If you do make a certain amount of money, reckless is reckless. Like stupid is stupid. Disappointing behavior is disappointing behavior. I put blame on both of them. It took both of them to make a baby. Again, I would say if anything, she's operating out of hurt. I don't think she should be. This is me. I think she's operating out of hurt. I don't think she's upset. I think she's just doing anything just to run away from that. I don't think she's processing at all. If it wasn't Kelly Rowland that she was talking to, it was definitely Gayle King, where she said that Stefan had alluded to saying something like, let him heal her. So he already has his own issues. He thinks it's his job to heal a woman who has already experienced trauma way before him. That's not his job. And her thinking, oh my God, he said that he's so loving and that's not his job. Like she should be sitting down with a counselor or a therapist as opposed to Kelly Rowland, Gayle King, or even in a relationship. Again, people gonna make their decisions and do what they do. We know that already. But I don't think she's in a healthy mental space, emotional space. I think she's severely traumatized. I think she was even before she came into the money. But I think the money is just exacerbating her behavior. And I don't know too much about Stefan Diggs, but if I was somebody of his stature and his status, I wouldn't have got Cardi B pregnant. It doesn't matter if he has one child. It's just I would have thought he would have been a little bit more conscientious about who he laid down with. But again, this just me. The topic, again, to go a little deeper than just money. It's why do we keep thinking these reckless behaviors are acceptable? Or we just not really holding people accountable on both ends. I don't find it acceptable behavior for either one of them. But I'm going to land my plane.
Go ahead. And you want to respond really quickly?
Well, just a follow-up question. Pearl, in your perspective, why do you think she should have gone to a counselor instead of entered a relationship?
I think that it's important for her to analyze her behavior because she was reckless even before she got with Offset. I didn't see a marriage and her having children is somehow domesticating or bringing her whole. She's broken in many words, and I'm not taking shots at her. I'm just saying she's been through a traumatic experience just like any other woman. When we go through those severe breakups, it's not wise for us to just go get in another relationship. She hasn't even processed what she could have possibly been doing wrong in a relationship. And again, the other man, why does he have to take on her baggage? It doesn't matter how successful she is, how attractive that she may be, what status she has. She is a woman that is emotionally and mentally unstable. I would have said that for anybody. Again, it doesn't matter how much money you have. When you are enduring relationships and they're not working and not successful, you don't just go and hop into another relationship. You haven't analyzed your behavior or the other person's behavior. So you're really just going in with like rose color lens, or you're just completely blind. I wouldn't advise that. Now, again, people gonna make their choices, but I don't think it's wise. I really don't. That's just me.
Hold on, Ann. I'm gonna come back to you. Let me get Shanice and Cloud in there. Go ahead, Shanice.
Hey y'all. Real quick, I just came in, so I was just only going off the back end, and I agree with a lot of things that Ms. Pearl said because I was going to say something of that nature. But this is just a product of putting money in the wrong hands. Because at this moment, I know we talk about the pregnancy, but I don't know if y'all realize because she got pregnant, that can affect whatever agreement they got in this divorce. It can affect a lot when it comes down to this divorce. it can go against her, to be honest. And I know Offset was the one that was cheating first and things like that. But when you have evidence like that, a lot of things can go in his favor, especially when it pertains to the custody, the alimony, and all that extra stuff. It can go into his favor. So I don't think it was a wise idea for her to do that. But like Miss Pearl said, I really feel like she should have seek counseling before she went into another relationship. But we already knew from the beginning, we already knew who Cardi B was. From the jump. By the way, I love her. But we already knew who she was, you know? So we already knew that there was a mental situation there already. And marriage don't cover mental health. It does not. Love do not cover mental health. And hopping from one relationship to another relationship, it just makes things worse. And it's pretty much, money is just covering. Another relationship is just covering hurt and pain. Can't nobody heal nobody. You can only heal yourself. And I land my plane there.
All right, go ahead.
Hey,
I'm coming to you, Ann. I got you. Go ahead, Clout.
The topic's a little uninspiring for me because it's just like, it's been said already, like, this is Cardi B we're talking about, like the same Cardi B that we've been watching since Love and Hip Hop. She's been doing reckless things. That's her brand. I mean, you listen to her lyrics, she's talking about being reckless and doing reckless things. That's who she is. So for her to be doing something reckless, it's like, I'm not surprised by that. And for a nigga to be doing something reckless with her, I'm not surprised by that neither. Again, Willie said it. He's an athlete. This is what athletes do. They fuck hoes. You know what I mean? Cardi looked like she just got some new surgery, so that's perfect for an athlete. And you know what I mean? They looking to be with a girl with the freshest surgeries and the freshest new double D titties. And Cardi got a new set because they look a little different than the one she had when she first popped on the scene. So, you know, she's enjoying her new set and doing what she would normally do, you know what I mean, which is move up the ranks. And I mean, I don't think it's bad or good. I just think it's like, it's just another example of like society, like, you know, like the powers that be dumbing us down. They put these people in front of us and they dress Cardi B up. They basically put a wig on a pig, they dress it up, and they sit her down and have this fake serious interview. And it's like, so that we can sit here and like observe it and talk about it and dissect it as though it's a moment in culture or like a moment in time that's relevant to anything. And it's not. It's literally just there to create a distraction. It's about nothing. Like, it's not news that any woman's having a kid, let alone Cardi B. You know what I mean? That's what happens. People have sex and they have kids next. So I don't know. I just think there's more important shit going on in the world.
Go ahead, Ann.
You know?
I hear what you're saying, but I want to offer that Cardi B's brand is all about female empowerment and using your sexuality to be empowered. And so while you might not think it's a relevant thing, I think it's important to pay attention to the parts where she said in that interview with Gail, I was really hesitant to get into a relationship. She also talks about them being friends first, and she was the one putting up walls and not allowing him in. And then he hits her with the, well, let me heal you. I don't think he was saying, like, let me take on the burdens of your entire history. I think he was saying, let me prove to you that love can be a safe place for you. Because she goes on to say, I finally feel safe. And so despite the fact, like, I want us to get away from like the materialism and their status and really just look at them as like just regular human beings. When you have gone through something with someone and you're a single mom with 3 kids, are we saying that like you should stay in your anger and your bitterness and your trauma? Or are we giving grace to the fact that like women can find love after loss? And I think given that that's her whole
You
brand
can,
about being empowered, like
you
this is
can, but I
another
would
form
say,
of empowerment.
No,
I'm
you
just
have to
trying to
heal
explain.
first before you hop into
I
another
could hear
question.
where you're going with it, but the reason why I say it's nonsense is because it's like, okay, if it's empowered to be healed, right? It's empowering to finish one thing before you start another thing. Like this entire scenario is messy, so I don't see what's empowering about creating a messy environment. Like, she's claiming that, you know, he's there healing her, but if she was truly healed, she would have been able to wait until her marriage was at least done before she came out with this. Like, to me, this it seems like she's just so excited and everything's moving so fast that she has to do a press conference, which to me is the opposite of healing and planning and being patient and being friends first. Like, it hasn't been that long since they divorce proceedings have started. It's probably been less than a year. I mean, I'm sure they've been going through things before, but that's part of being married. And at the end of the day, that's fine if y'all can keep it y'all business, but they've made it the world's business. Like, why is that? So how are you healing? How are you healing? And it's our business. Everybody knows what's going on. We're watching you go through it, and you're telling us that you're healing and that you were friends first. And that's nonsense. And we know that's nonsense. It's just a good
No,
story to sell.
she wasn't. She does. I'm not okay. I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm just saying, can we have empathy? We don't have to agree to understand. And what
Empathy
I'm
for what?
saying is
What are we empathizing with?
understand, empathizing with the fact that it's not just Cardi, but there are women who think, you can get the ring and you can get the title of wife and you can have 3 children and lose it all. Should you lay in your depression and distract yourself with work and whatever, or will you allow yourself to open yourself to love again? And you might not
Why
No,
all the
are
way
we
be
we ain't
healed,
talking about. I can care
why
right?
less
are
Like
about the
Now,
these
love
one mic,
that
part.
one
is,
mic, one mic,
This is
one
what we
mic,
forget.
one
This is
mic,
what we
one mic.
forget. This is what we. I'm sorry. What you say?
I was saying one mic. I don't want us talking over each other because it's
I'm
a
sorry.
bad
I'm
experience
sorry.
for the
So this is
audience.
what we fail to forget. You said single mother. How are you treating your children? I could care less what you talk about from a nigga. I'm sorry. I care less. How about learning how to heal yourself so you can be the best mother you can be?
I mean,
Because the kids will always
her
get
kids are cared
affected by
for.
it. I'm the last thing I'm worried
are
about
they?
is a man. I have to make sure that I'm
Mhm.
consciously healed, I'm physically, spiritually healed, that I can still be a mother so my kids can know how to endure if there is a divorce, if there is a tragic split in a family, that I can still do what I need to do. That's what I need to show my children. Now, if
And
once I
yeah.
get healed, then yes. Once I do everything right, then yes, love is gonna come and all this extra stuff and flowers and unicorns and all that. But we skipping steps, and that's what it's showing. What you're saying, exactly what she's doing. She's not even waiting for a divorce to be pregnant. We keep skipping steps, and that's why it's
Also,
issues. That's
Well,
why
why
I,
do
I
we
hear what
coming
jump
you're
to this
together with
saying,
y'all.
idea?
but like in
Hold on,
so what
hold
about
on.
when she talks about when she was married, how Offset wouldn't come home, and she ended up being the number one financial provider for those children, right? And she was essentially like she had to be strong despite the fact that her partner wasn't around and present. And then now they're going through this divorce, and then she's still present for her children, but she internally is like, you're a mother, yes, but you're also a woman too, right? And she, like, I guess my question is like, who are we to say like what's right and what's right in God's timing?
Clark, go
And
ahead
we
real
can
quick.
sit
I'm not
here
saying
and
what's right.
judge,
I'm just giving my opinion.
but I don't want to really hyperfixate on simply just Cardi. The bigger question is like if a woman has experienced some form of breakup and she has children and she was married, like do you guys think that the only way to find peace is by being alone and healing in isolation? Why
Yes,
can't
and
she?
No,
it is.
hold on. Let me
Hold
answer.
tight, hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, everyone,
I'm just
everyone. Go
Before
asking a
ahead.
bigger
it was
question.
Okay, hold on, hold
it
on, hold
was
on.
never about
Hold on. We're gonna go to Cloud and then
isolation.
Aisha. Cloud, then Aisha.
Yeah, it was never about like isolation and depression and all that. Nobody's saying she has to be alone and can't date and do all of that. To me, it's about the fact that she's doing everything so fast and so publicly. Like, you can date someone and care about them and be in love and not have a baby while you're still married. Like, you cannot do that. Like, there's so much birth control. There's so much tools to plan parenthood. And yet you choose to do it at the messiest time that's going to be the most embarrassing for the 3 kids you already got. That's going to be the most embarrassing for the child, because what's going to happen when that kid is 13 and the other kids are 16, 17, and they're looking at this kid like, you're the baby that fucked up our family? What's that going to be like? Like, there's so many things that aren't being considered that someone who's healed would consider. So it's not to judge her and say, oh, you're a bad person. It's just that these actions are clearly not the actions of somebody who's healed. or of somebody who's being considerate of the repercussions of it. It's obvious because anybody in their right mind who's thinking forward wouldn't do that to their kids, and they wouldn't do that to their family. It just doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're a person who's actually planning your life and planning the decisions you made and planning your family, there's no way anybody would think it's a good idea to start a new family while currently married to someone else, while currently going through a divorce
with the 1-year-old baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a 1-year-old baby. And two
mean,
others that are what?
Sierra
Four?
did it. Sierra did it with
Yeah. Other
Future.
kids are like what, four?
Yeah, hold tight.
Right? Like how old are their kids? Their kids have to be at least like the oldest has to be like the oldest 5, right?
Let Aisha got to get in there.
Go ahead, Aisha.
Hey y'all. I really don't. First of all, Cardi is not black. She does not represent black women. Black women don't move like that. I don't know when she became the standard. I feel like when we move like that, we do it in silence. I felt like she purposely got pregnant because she was mad because Offset embarrassed her. I felt like the label that she's under used it as an opportunity to push out this album, and she's stuck in the crosshairs. I don't know any woman that want to just come out and be like, "Oh, I'm pregnant and I'm still married." I feel like the label had a lot to do with her pushing that out, because we know people be pregnant and they don't even come outside and they pop up and there's a 2-year-old. So I felt like that was pushed from the label. And I think that Cardi is Cardi, but I think that she just got caught in the hype. But I don't think this is any representation of how black people are in their marriages. Yeah, things happen, but do you have to, everyone's saying, it don't have to be so public. It was a personal decision that she made. And I don't think that she even knows what healing is to say she's healed. The interview, she said absolutely nothing. She doesn't know this man. I thought the man was gay. I don't even know how he got a kid, because years ago he was caught with a dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what's really going on? It'd be Hollywood stuff going on behind the scenes. And I get what you're trying to say, because I know you're pro-woman and you're trying to make excuses for her, but I just don't think that we should be making excuses for ignorant behavior. That's whole shit. She literally got pregnant while she was married. Ain't no swinging it. I don't care if y'all not together. I was married. I was separated for 2 years. It's shit you just don't do. It's about morals and having, that compass. Your baby is not even one. And you out here really just busting it open, to have another baby. That's not weird to you.
No. I'm not condoning that behavior.
Before you go in, look, because you also use the example of Sierra, and I guess you're comparing Russell Wilson to Stephon Diggs. You are
Sierra had a child. Sierra had a child with Future. True or false?
Yeah, she had a child with Future. And then
how long was it when she met Russell?
Her forever husband came, and she's married and happily ever after, right?
Right.
We're talking about Stephon Diggs, right? The man who was on a yacht with other bitches 2 months ago, right? And Cardi had to kind of come oh yeah, we let him we poly. He can do what he want, right? But she said it's her boyfriend and she pregnant, and you talking about she healing. But the thing is, she can do whatever she want, because she's a grown-up and it's her life. And on top of that, she's rich. I don't care what she do, right? Things not going to affect her that affect the average poor woman. However, we not going to act like she's healing because she just had a baby with the same nigga she just left, who did all this. He's the same nigga. She left Offset, who was cheating with other bitches, just to get a new nigga who's going to be with other bitches and just let him be with other bitches. He's the same guy.
Should have let Offset have for the bitches.
And you talking about, oh, she's healing. We're not going to cover up people being stupid. She can do what she wants. We don't care what she can do whatever the fuck she wants. She's a grown up. However, we're not going to sprinkle the healing stuff on top of it on all that type of stuff. We ain't gonna do that.
Why is healing and fucking always synonymous for women? That's all it is. Fucking it ain't
it's
healing.
Not, bro. It's synonymous with hoes.
That's all she gets. New dick.
It's not synonymous with women, bro. It's synonymous with hoes. So anytime a woman has attached healing to some sort of sexual act she's doing, or the dating she do, she's a whore. Like it's the unspoken law. Like only whores think that way. Like no wifely woman thinks that, oh, part of my healing journey is going to be taking an extra mile or two of dick along the way. Like I got a prescription for like, you know what I'm saying, for penis from my psychologist.
So empowered.
Like that, yeah. And then like what we're doing, right? It's what Ann seems to be doing.
Getting twisted up in the pretzel must feel real powerful.
Advocating for bald-headed hoe shit under the guise of female empowerment. And that is like, as Hick says, nasty work. Like, so as bad of a role model as we're saying that Cardi B is, the message that Ann has for this is, if not worse, than what Cardi B is doing, because it's bad enough to do the dumb shit. You get pregnant while you're married. Like, if we just can't unilaterally understand that's fucking retarded, then there's something wrong with us. But the people who support that are also equally, unfortunately, as retarded because they support the dumb shit.
But it's justified because Offset cheated, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? A woman scorned, yada, yada, yada. You know the rest.
www.madeupmonkeyshit.com.
But and we also gotta, when you ask like what should she be doing, like is she supposed to be, listen, if you get out of a relationship, you need to be alone. So yes, she does need to isolate. She does need to process what happened. She does need to process what am I looking for, because when you don't process what you're looking for, you end up with Offset number 2, which is Stephon Diggs. You need to chill out, see what you're looking for, see what was wrong with you. What did I do wrong? What did I not provide my partner? You know, what did he not provide me? You need to just chill out, you know? And if maybe she did, and maybe she like, yeah, I want me another Offset. It's her business. But yeah, if you don't chill out, you just end up with the same, you in a cycle. You just do it all over again.
Yeah, but the bad thing about it, how selfish is she for doing that though? It's her being selfish. She don't care about the next person she's gonna get with. She don't give a shit because she's carrying that same baggage to the new relationship, and that's selfish as hell. And for any dude to get with her, knowing she ain't getting no help, get on somebody's guy to couch a Zoom meeting, she's fucking selfish. Well, that's to be expected from a hoe.
Yeah, and I think one of the main things to factor into is the kids, which I did see Julie mention earlier, too. Like, what type of environment are the kids being birthed into? And so I think that's important because a lot of us weren't playing. We just popped out. And so that should be something that we should be pushing, is making sure that we are intentionally bringing kids into a healthy environment.
All that money and Plan B still ain't but $60.
I'm screaming.
But I don't think you can.
So doesn't that imply that these children are wanted, especially given
because wanted children,
especially given. Sorry,
wanted children are planned for, and people who want children put themselves in position to give those children the best possible life they can.
They're both financially well off.
What the fuck does that mean? The baby was still an accident.
What it means
I know exactly how this baby happened.
They're both financially well off.
Like they might have planned for it. We can't say they didn't plan for it.
If you're having unprotected sex consistently with a woman, right, and you're not intentionally trying to avoid pregnancy, then you know what the consequences of your actions are. It's argue that they knew what they were doing.
Nah, man. Listen, man, one night she was probably sad. She was crying, feeling lonely because her marriage is in shambles, saying, I need a baby so she could feel better. A baby will make you feel better. Stephon came in with the smooth shit in there. Yeah, baby, if that's what you need, baby, I'll give you your baby. Girl, I'll make it all right. I'll heal you, girl. And she was like, yes, Stephon, the only thing that's going to heal me is having another baby. I just need to be a mother again and start fresh. And he said, yeah, girl, I got you, girl. I'll be that man you need. And that's it. They made a baby. Simple as that.
The issue that I have with that is
they be a power couple.
Literally resisted it.
They're like the future of like entertainment in their mind. They're it. And that they think they're gonna be a power couple, and their new kid is gonna be like royalty of some sort. Basically the same thing she thought with Offset. Same thing.
If we're willing to say that they planned a baby, if we think that she'll plan a baby while pregnant, then we're also have to understand that she's fucking retarded too. Anybody who would intentionally have a baby while married to someone else is categorically stupid.
She
Listen,
had
if she can
said
plan a
that
baby,
Hold on,
a
Cloud.
divorce,
Hold on,
and
because
an
she been trying
album
to. Hold on, Cloud.
at
She
the
been trying
same
to speak.
time,
She been trying to speak, Cloud. Let her speak.
my bad, my bad,
Go
my
ahead.
bad.
from Cardi's own admission, she had said that she was in a depressive state and she couldn't even eat and get out of bed. And it was Stefan who came to her as a friend who was initially just checking in on her. As things progressed, they started having fun together, and he was the one pursuing her, to which she said she wasn't sure that she even had space for another relationship. She was scared. And he insisted on how he was going to be a safe space for her. And now here we are, right? I'm not like all things aside, I'm not condoning the behavior, but I can see how we can extrapolate this and really ask the question, how does one open up their heart? It doesn't necessarily have to be like your legs included, but I think it's a very common experience for women and men to experience pain and trauma and then get stuck there,
Yeah,
So
but
she
when
right?
could eat, but she could take some dick.
You know how to get stuck there?
Shout out to Cardi
They don't.
B.
this Cardi B first
You know
heartbreak,
Okay,
how to
so
get
would you
stuck
have
there,
been
right?
would you have
You know
been
how to
okay
get
with
stuck
it
there,
if
right?
a baby if she was never pregnant, like if they were just having fun, would you be okay with it?
You know how people get stuck there?
No, I told you I wasn't okay with a married woman going out here doing that. I told you I wouldn't. I would have got all
So
the
she
way
should have just
settled,
waited to the end
stamp
of okay,
approved, paperwork. Yeah, she should have got
got it.
that settled and dealt with first, and then address
Okay.
her
Jumping from
healing, as she calls it.
There you go.
That's what she should have did.
Okay.
Hey, so
But
we're
she
gonna
she
finish
she
off.
she went ass backwards.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish
Okay.
off with
I
Cloud,
respect it.
and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. Cloud, last final thought.
I would say jumping from relationship to relationship is how you get stuck. You know, like if you never get an opportunity to actually deal with your trauma on your own and see what your issues are and all of that, then yeah, you're gonna end up stuck. And on top of that, like this doesn't make sense to me. Like she's supposedly trying to get out of depression, but she's planning an album, a new baby, and a divorce, and entering a new relationship all at the same time. That sounds like the recipe of somebody's trying to distract themselves. Like think about it. Like those, like all of those are
Yeah, from their
major life
depression.
issues. Those are major life issues that people usually deal with one at a time. People usually are in a relationship and then maybe they have a baby. No, she's new relationship, new baby, new album, new divorce.
Yeah.
Kind of wild. I don't think she's healed. My opinion. I'll land there.
Mills 36, $5 says black women mind your business. This ain't y'all fight. Cardi B is Dominican. This they problem. Just chill, kick back on
Dominicano.
the couch, and eat your popcorn. Mills again. $2 as offset should get a DNA test for that 1 year old. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're gonna talk about Jimmy Kimmel being pulled indefinitely.
And the ABC network are taking Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air indefinitely. This follows a controversy over comments the late night comedian made Monday night about Charlie Kirk's suspected killer and the MAGA movement and their reaction to the assassination. Let's get straight to CNN's chief media affairs correspondent, Brian Stelter. Brian, what is going on?
That's right. This is fast developing this afternoon, Jake, amid pressure from the Trump-aligned FCC. And in the past few minutes, ABC confirmed to CNN the Kimmel show will be off the air, quote, indefinitely. We have not yet heard from Kimmel or his representatives. That's how quickly this has been developing. But let's back up and look at what Kimmel actually said on the program that has caused controversy. This is from Monday night in his Monday evening monologue. Kimmel suggested that the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk might have been a pro-Trump Republican. He said, quote, the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. He said in between the finger pointing, there was grieving. Kimmel was expressing what we've heard some other liberals say in recent days, that the motives are unclear and that maybe the suspect in this case was a Republican or was some sort of far-right fringe figure. Of course, there has been a lot of discussion about that in recent days. There's a lot of evidence pointing in other directions about the suspect. But Kimmel was on the air talking about this, making a very serious commentary amid his jokes in his monologue Monday night. Here's where it became interesting earlier today. The FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, went on a far-right webcast and condemned Kimmel and urged ABC to suspend him. He also talked about possible regulatory punishments of Disney because there are lots of different stations that have licenses with the FCC. Within the past hour, we've heard from a big owner of stations that have affiliations with ABC, a company called Nexstar, saying that they were going to suspend Kimmel's show on their station. So in other words, about 24 stations were refusing to air Kimmel's show tonight as a result of this controversy. And then, following word that some of those stations were basically revolting against Kimmel, Disney, the parent company of ABC, decided to yank the show entirely. So that's all we know at the moment. We know that Kimmel will not be on the air tonight or for the foreseeable future because the network says the show has been yanked off the air indefinitely.
All right, so that was one happened today. News just broke not too long ago. And since then, Trump has also posted some great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert. If that's possible, that leaves Jimmy and Self two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President Donald J. Trump. So a little bit of politics going on, man.
That's a funny nigga.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
He could have been a comedian.
Well, how you guys feeling about this and just Trump overall? I guess, you know, he's...
Listen, man. Oh.
Go ahead. Go.
I'll go in, man. Like, I think the cancel culture forgot that they could get canceled too. Kind of like, I think that, you know, a lot of people, we live in a time where people feel like they could just say whatever on the internet. And, you know, like they forget that the world we live in is like you're a representation of the companies that you work for. You're a representation of the community you're in. You're a representation of the schools you go to. And it's like, I think people forget that. Like, it's, of course, America's very individualistic, but we forget that this is a community. Like, you got to interact with other people. And the things you say, you can be held accountable for. Now, am I personally a fan of people, you know, trying to call people's jobs and get them canceled for having differences in opinion or even inflammatory opinions? No, I'm not a fan of that. But, you know, when we see things that, in my opinion, are objectively wrong, you know, like somebody being murdered, however you feel about the person's politics or stance, you know, even, you know, America's supposed to be a place where discourse is open. And when people are making inflammatory remarks towards someone's death, especially someone who's not necessarily convicted of any type of crime or anything specifically heinous, you're walking on a slippery slope. You know what I mean? It's a disrespectful thing to do, and you risk offending people. And you might think that some of the people that you work with or the affiliations that you have are on your side, and they might not be. And so I think this is why, like, it was an age-old thing that people kind of didn't discuss politics so much. But the internet, we've kind of lost some of those social standards that we've had. So now we discuss things a little bit more freely because you can do it behind the screen. But really, you know, religion, politics, things like that, sex weren't talked about because they can be inflammatory. And you got to watch what you say at the end of the day. I mean, nobody will want to hear somebody clowning their loved one. And there should be certain things that are off limits. So, you know, I'll land there.
All right, when you guys get a chance, check the back chat. But go ahead, Shanice. I saw you came off.
I do want to speak on this because I used to work for Disney. So I know how important, first of all, how powerful Disney is and how it's you got to tread lightly. Because if y'all don't know, Disney own a lot of things. on a lot of things, gas stations, news, televisions. I mean, a lot of things that we don't know that they own. And when you are placed on a certain platform, it's just certain things that you can't say. I do believe in freedom of speech, but I do believe it's a time and a place for that. And you can't go against who pays you. You can't do it. You can't go against who pays you. It's unfortunate. Um, it's I don't agree with it, but you know, money talks. Money talks. And that's all I gotta say. Because
All
I'm
right, go
very
ahead.
cautious. It's a very sensitive subject.
Go ahead, True.
I think Jimmy has had a significant run, so I can't say I feel bad for the man. I think I am liking the fact. This may sound racial. I'm liking the fact that we're starting to see consequence being distributed amongst those who don't look like us and don't just look like the minority of the groups. That we're starting to set a somewhat of a social standard that everybody can get it. If you speak maybe blasphemous rhetoric towards a public figure, and it just so happens to belong in the arena of volatile social climate, you can get yanked off the air. I think that those, we used to call them being made an example out of in the military. Like one person mess up, it was more about spreading the understanding that if you do these things, this may occur. So I'm liking that that's occurring, because I can't remember a time where I've seen this many of the clear people have this type of energy or responses when it comes to someone being slain in a political figure. Jimmy will be okay.
Jimmy's salary was estimated around $15 million per year. Some sources say with
Wow.
bonuses and additional income, the total could be closer to 20 to 24 million annually.
Wow. And so to
That's
use
too
this as an
shabby.
opportunity, to use Kirk's slaying, his assassination as a way to get views, to me is already gross. It's already gross to confuse the public on who and what caused the his death. At the end of the day, yes, you have a right to free speech, but you don't have you. There are consequences to that free speech, and honestly, losing your life should not be one of those consequences. If you lose your job, cool, you can always get another one, but Charlie Kirk won't come back. And to use that, to use this moment to be so cavalier about his death, to me is really inhumane. And I think people need to be mindful. It's not simply about you expressing your free speech. I have every right to not want to associate with someone who's okay with murder. I don't know. Call me crazy. So like if you're losing your job for it, I mean people don't have to hire people who are like you.
So I agree with you somewhat, but I disagree with you with majority of the things that you said. First of all, Jimmy Kimmel been around before you was born, sweetheart. Jimmy Kimmel don't need views. He don't need clickbait. He talks about everything. It was something that happened. I'm pretty sure it ended up on his table and he didn't bring it up. I'm pretty sure, because what you don't know, and I'm gonna be very, very clear, I didn't work for a Disney store. Disney paid for my college. They invested in me. I've worked at Disney Corporation, period. They sent me to Florida, baby. Send me all around the world. So this ain't no little, I was in the corporation. They don't just, Jimmy Kimmel didn't really have that much of a platform to say much that he had to say anyways. They controlled everything. So I'm pretty sure they put it on his table. Now, his opinion, I don't think he should have. I think he should have kept it professional. But he don't need it for likes and clickbait. He doesn't need, he got that. He's Jimmy Kimmel. His name will forever reign. So I disagree with that. But I do agree with you that should nobody lose their life about their opinion. I 1,000% agree with you on that. And I digress.
All right, let's go ahead and get some other folks in that haven't spoken yet. Pearl, Dope.
I think that I think this is it actually seems pretty strange to me, but I like the idea of it, of kind of holding both sides accountable. Typically, like whatever you say that's like pro-liberal, you don't get no type of pushback for that. But he's saying something that's a little bit on the other side. I wish he'd have played the clip of what he said. I don't want to hear him try to. I don't like when people try to push a narrative on me. Like when people don't just like let me deduce things for myself. I feel like they're trying to like make me think what they want me to think. So I wish he'd have just played the clip. But I'm assuming that he said something inflammatory.
He quoted exactly what he said.
Yeah, I still want to see the
Like he read
clip. I just want to see the clip though. I gotta look at the context.
Yeah,
see
I
how he
agree.
said it and all that.
Context matters.
But yeah, I'd prefer to see the clip. But if he said something inflammatory, then I like to see both sides held accountable. You know, so you know, it seemed like something I'm for. But you know, I want to see the clip.
Yeah, I'll try to the clip in the back.
Do you think it's presidential overreach for him to like encourage him to be taken off air?
A presidential overreach would involve him using his presidential powers to affect some sort of outcome. That's not what he did. He tweeted about it.
The president has influence, right?
It can be perceived as presidential overreach, but that's the game that we like. That's how the game is played at this point.
I mean, by the definition of the term, it's not.
Well, you said using your presidential powers to do it's like dry snitching, of like I know I'm not doing something using my powers, but when I say something, you know not to play with me, and you know that it probably would behoove you to listen to what I'm telling you, even though I'm not saying it directly, but I'm indirectly saying like, yo, y'all need to do this. So it can be perceived as presidential overreach.
And yeah, to piggyback off of that, like his power isn't just the executive, like he has influence just by being the president of the United States. Do you think it's inappropriate for him to get involved in this specific matter as the president?
Are we talking about, do you know who your president is? He get involved with a whole lot of stuff he ain't got no business getting involved in.
Well,
that's
in
him.
this
That's his
specific case,
good.
right?
That's his MO.
They did.
I
They
wouldn't,
did that
because
all
he
through Biden.
came out. I'm sorry, real
No,
my
go
bad.
ahead. Go ahead. No, I wasn't saying that.
No, I was gonna say I would have come out and said something, because Jimmy Kimmel made a direct statement that it's the MAGA gang, that we're trying to characterize these guys being anything other than from us. And I'm supposedly the leader of that gang. I mean, anybody that's been watching Donald Trump these past 7-8 years he's been around, if you say the wrong thing to him, you cancel. Like Megyn Kelly, gone. Nancy Pelosi, gone. Kathy Griffin said the wrong joke, gone. Like, it's plenty of people. That man don't play about his name. I mean, we don't have to like what he do, but it's a respect thing. You're going to respect me regardless. I'm in office. You don't have to like it, but you going to respect it, right? So when you come on a platform like Jimmy Kimmel's and say that, and we're talking about people that are impressionable, right? People that listen, people that don't. And for the people that don't listen, they just go off what they hear. They don't even do what Real Dope Daddy was saying. Like, I'm a deduce. Like, I want to hear it for myself. I don't want you to just force feed me something. That's what most people are comfortable with. They're force fed. Like, they give you regurgitated knowledge. They don't really dissect for themselves and generate that opinion. So when you have those people that are watching, you can't just say what you want about me. Somebody else might have let it slide. But no, with Trump, it's always a certain level of pressure that's applied. For me, I think Kimmel should have just kept his mouth closed. You're a comedian, you make jokes, stay in your area. Don't make it political. Like, keep making your jokes, be funny, and move the hell on. But when you clear and you get consequences, absolutely, I enjoy that. Watch what you say and don't play. I land my plane.
So in that situation, I remember there was a time when comedians was immune and they got a pass for doing these things. He's not the first comedian did political jokes. That's old news. Well, they've been talking about politics and comedy, but the First Amendment, was always a protection, supposed to be. But then came cancel culture. So when cancel culture came around, and comedians had to start realizing, yeah, we don't have that level of protection anymore. We don't have that veil like we used to have back in the 80s, early 90s, 70s, and 60s. That's not there no more for us. So anybody could say anything if you want to and choose to, but you're going to have to deal with some consequences. And so these are his consequences to what he said. So, we talk about the First Amendment all the time. Yeah, that's bullshit. At least in 2025 it is, because we know cancel culture is still around, still live, still pumping, and this is a prime example of it. You can't just go out here and say anything, regardless of how nasty work that is when what you're saying and how you say. Look, we know this is going to be the results, and he suffered from the results of this cancel culture. And I guess he still thought, well, I'm a comedian. They understand. We got that veil of protection. No, sir, not one of you, nobody has that protection no more.
I think also, like, one thing that has to be considered is, like, comedians in the past, there were certain places they didn't go. You know what I mean? Like, there were just certain jokes that they didn't tell, especially when they were on like a late night television show and things like that. Like, what he essentially did was imply that Donald Trump is responsible for Charlie Kirk's death. Like, indirectly, that's kind of what he implied. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's saying that he was killed by MAGA people, then that's the same as saying MAGA ideology, and you're essentially saying that MAGA are killers. That's what you're saying. It's subconsciously planting that idea that these people are Nazis, racists, killers, all of this shit, and it's dangerous because it's like divisive, and they put it in there as though it's just jokes and it's just being funny. But a lot of these late night comedy shows are political platforms. Like, that's what they're there for. They're there to make jokes at the expense of certain politicians, and they make the intellectual class feel like they're stupid if they don't laugh along. So like, if you're not laughing along at Donald Trump, oh, you're stupid, and you're one of those dumb conservatives that chew on grass and fucking ride F-150s because you're like one of those that and hang niggas all day. Like, there's like a certain way that they paint a certain side, and I definitely think it's extremely dangerous just for discourse in the country. And just to add to this, it's like, I definitely think it shows how crazy discourse is in the country when a person whose entire platform was about peacefully discussing differences, like, when people can be divided about that, then it, like, literally, like, we're in a place that's like extremely dangerous. Like, if people are divided about what that person represented, when that person has made it so clear what they represent, and people are still unclear about it. And it's like, it's very clear what the person represented, but people still think that person represented something different than what they stood for. And it's just like, at this point, I don't even know. Like, sometimes I'm losing hope for like the ability to have these conversations and move to another level.
I mean, and let's be real. His targeted audience is Trump supporters.
Stop. Nope.
It is.
No. Jimmy Kimmel, like, this is like from
not
precedent. Who?
Wait, who?
We talking about Jimmy Kimmel.
Late night talk show hosts in general, for the most part.
Jimmy Kimmel, his targeted audience is.
They've been making political jokes about the right for a long time.
Yes, they are.
The problem is, this is the first time he didn't even know he could get canceled for making fun of somebody on the right. He's been doing it.
He's been on the air for 13 years.
Yeah, they've been doing it the whole election and all that type of stuff. They've been making fun of that type of stuff. These people, like most of these late night hosts, they don't like Donald Trump for whatever reason. I don't know, but
only one of them is objective, and that's Bill Maher.
60,
and he's still very left leaning.
60,
yeah,
but he at least tries to be objective.
Yeah, he'll have the conversation.
So when I did put it in there, it says there's no credible evidence that Jimmy Kimmel's target Trump supporters as his core audience. In fact, the most data suggests his audience tends to be lean, liberal, or moderate, especially when it comes to politics. Here's the breakdown. In a YouGov survey from 2016, it was found that Kimmel's audience skewed liberal, though a large share were moderates, content lean, critical of Trump, or of conservative figures issue. Yeah.
Which, again, feels like this is so gross. Like, it's not even funny. It's just a whole bunch of liberal people, like, in an echo chamber. Oh, look, it's one of your own that unalived one of your... Like, what? You're not even part of this part of the aisle. I think it's, like, how dare you even use this as an opportunity?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's gross.
When you're talking about, like,
We
somebody...
can't hear you, True, if you say anything.
Somebody literally just got killed. I'm on mute.
No, True is. I thought he was trying to say something.
But somebody literally just got killed a few days ago, and no joke should be made about that at all. Like, no joke should be made about that at all.
None.
At least for like months. If you want to kind of try and infer that somebody was a part of it, I don't know. I think that's crazy to like. I don't know.
All right, did everybody get a chance to speak on this?
I don't think
I
True
didn't
did.
hear Willie or True.
Okay. Willie, True.
I think that most people have an infantile understanding of the First Amendment and the protection that it gives you, which is why we're having this conversation. Civically, you can say whatever you want to without repercussion, under the protection of the First Amendment. When you work for a corporation, your contracts, you're employed by someone, that doesn't apply. You can't work for I can't go work for Mercedes Benz and then be out here talking about, man, I fucking love Lexuses. Mercedes Benz ain't shit, and then expect to not get fired for what I'm doing. Like, this isn't. This is like ninth grade. You know what I'm saying? U.S. history lessons. Like, you just can't say what you want to. People love to hide behind like the First Amendment as if it means you can say whatever you want without repercussion. That's never been what it was for. So when he says this, like, because I saw the show live, like, you watch TV, you're just in bed and the TV Jimmy Kimmel comes on because you were watching something on the channel. So right before that, I was watching Chicago PD. That came on, I'm half asleep on my phone scrolling, and then I hear him say it. I'm like, well, he's cooked. That's over. That is his. As soon as I heard him say it, I knew that it was over. Like, as soon as it came out of his mouth, I was like, he's about to fuck around and find out. The FCC is now right leaning. And given that they just lost, a right conservative hero, they're already going to be up in arms. And then he just said that, like, he poked the bear, and now he fucking around and found out. And another thing that I think is interesting about the conversation is we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel as if he's one of the top tier TV hosts on TV, right? That's another thing. Like, Jimmy Kimmel is more of a comedian than anything. He's just been a TV host because that's where his comedy wasn't working. He was back on Fox Sports before. Like, Jimmy Kimmel's had more jobs than a Jamaican. So the fact that we're talking about him, and then, like, this is the most publicity this man has gotten from so many people, is him being canceled. Like, you know what I'm saying? If bro said he's paid like it, he's $15 million a year. He's not even in the top 10. If ChatGPT and Google is your friend, sir. And that's one of the problems that I have is, like, a lot of these people think that, you know what I'm saying, they're beyond reproach. And it seems to be, like, unfortunately, the people on the left that think that, I should be able to say, do whatever I want to do and all of that. But then, more importantly, why the fuck do we care? This is not a black issue. This doesn't have shit to do with any of us. Jimmy Kimmel don't give a shit about black people outside of elections. Like, and when it comes time for him supporting candidates, so whoever his left-leaning candidate is. But this is white people business. Like, the same reason, like, we're in horror movies, when black people hear noise, we run, white people go investigate. Let them go investigate this shit. It has nothing to do with us. How many of y'all even watch Jimmy Kimmel? Fucking exactly. Like, and you don't watch that shit on purpose, Miss Pearl. You watch it because you woke up in the middle of the night and the shit was on TV and you can't go back to sleep. Like, no, none of us watch this shit. Like, if it was Shannon Sharp or some shit that was canceled because he said it, then we'd have we'd have a dog in the fight. But this is Jimmy Kimmel versus Donald Trump and all of his partners. Like, and they beating his ass right now. So y'all are basically like some niggas on the side of the road seeing this one white man get jumped by 1 million white people and decides you want to go out there and help his ass. Like back when Reginald Denny got they beat the shit out of him after the Rodney Luther, what's his name?
Rodney King.
Yeah, Rodney King got beat up. So what the like? Sometimes, man, we just got to mind our business. Like, this doesn't touch us. This doesn't touch us at all. If this was, you're saying, one of our people being censored and canceled, have a great issue. Then you know, be up in arms, sign petitions, all the fake outrage would make sense. But this is Jimmy fucking Kimmel, like one of the whitest white people out there. What the fuck are we doing?
I hear what you're saying. Do you think there are Black people though who have celebrated his unaliving in the same way?
I think the majority of Black people celebrated his unaliving because he held Black people accountable and held a mirror up to the things that were wrong with our community. And anytime you do that, they tend to wish death on you. Kevin Samuels, for example. So
don't start speaking truth now.
So I don't even have an issue with those people because they will get the consequences and the karma they deserve. So I don't have a personal issue with it. Again, First Amendment, they should be able to say whatever they want to. But when your job fires you for the shit, nanny boo boo. I don't feel bad for you on that end.
Yeah. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, that's hard to follow because I think Willie made a lot of points and everybody did. It's a certain climate we have now because of the administration that we have, and there's some comfort that is being displayed in the land where people are just outwardly expressing themselves. I don't think I've seen that since maybe Bush, like baby Bush, but maybe not even as aggressively. I'm gonna double down. I'm liking what I see because of the figures. If someone like a Jimmy Kimmel can get canceled, he may not be on the highest level, but he's on higher levels than most more common man or common woman. Then I think that everybody should kind of like tighten up and understand that if somebody that's on TV and been somewhat syndicated can get moved and yanked off of TV, you ain't safe with your W-2 and your 401ks and you're not safe. I'm sorry. I don't care if you've been there 10 years. You may want to be careful.
I don't care.
I think it's a sentiment that needs to be just adhered to, and understanding that our social climate is shifting in our land.
All right. You guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get the likes up. Likes are free. Moving on. Let's go ahead and get into this Dame Dash. So Dame Dash rages on the Breakfast Club. Let's go ahead and run this and see what he had to say.
A proper representation of the masculine Black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you guys are.
I'm listening. Okay.
Like, your OG is Wendy Williams. My OG is sitting right here. You see him? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you why he's my OG. Because he killed anybody or any of those things. He just taught me how to be a better man.
Wendy not my OG.
Can you
That's
stop?
Funny, though.
Can you stop?
Wendy Williams is your OG.
Wasn't she your boss?
Yeah, at one point.
So
yeah.
she was your OG. She put you on, and you should give her grace, and you should also give her props out of respect.
Oh,
but because we have different trauma, like we're different. Like I'm not the kind of guy that would I'd rather get my ass whipped than run. But you're proud that you ran.
Yeah.
I'd rather get my ass whipped, and it ain't no disrespect, but I kind of think you're gay. You just act a little gay.
You got a problem with gay people?
Not at all. I've got a problem with people that pretend they're not gay. So let me tell you why.
But what if
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
This is hilarious. I love
you're
what
gay.
you're doing. This is hilarious.
So what I'm saying is, you might, because you started in gossip, which is is very feminine, and you want people to listen to you, and that we want people that represent masculinity, because men need to be doing what they need to do as men. They don't need to be worried about girl stuff. Do you think he's masculine? Would you want this man around you if 10 guys jumped you? He'd run, and you'd have to run with him. I like my women to feel safe when they're around me. I don't tell people and I'm not saying that's your way, but you're just not masculine. I've seen him run. I looked at a whole reel of, there's like a thing that says how many people bark. There's stuff that how many times you talk about other people's genitals. You real masculine men don't do that. You said that some guys was throwing you kisses because they liked your paws butt, and you went back. That's gay.
Why do you have such a problem with gay?
I don't have a problem. I have a problem with you. Wait. No. Yeah, that is why I pause. There's a lot of people like you. There's a lot of people like you that are gay that pretend they're not.
Black men can't be gay.
Black men that are gay should say they're gay.
Well, I'm not gay.
You are. You're gay. Anyway, now let me talk to you. Let me ask you. Let me say this. You acting like a girl.
You move like an old auntie. You an old Harlem auntie.
I could punch you right in your face like a grown man. I won't. And you won't do shit.
See, Dame, this is with the chatty patty. So just so you know, because I knew you was going to say
that. I've seen you run. I've seen you. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying no. Then your version of respectful is different than mine. We were on the street right now and you were talking like that. I would have fucked you up. But I'm not going to do that. Nah, I wouldn't have got beat up. But I wouldn't have got beat up. Let's end this. So let me say one more thing before I leave.
I have so many questions.
All right. Oh, you're right.
How you want to leave? You can't get in your emotions and want to leave, Dane.
No, what I'm saying is when you interrupt me and you say certain things, where I'm from, the masculine man will fuck you up.
Yeah.
But because let me finish. No, I didn't. I said I didn't say I said I could, and you wouldn't do anything.
And we gonna fight.
I didn't see that on tape. You ran.
Yeah, because it was 4 guys, but that's cool.
Wait. Ask what happened when 30 guys jumped me.
Respect.
I got that ass whipping, but I fucked them niggas up.
I think it's been some head trauma ever since.
Yeah. Hey, yo, pause. Come on, man.
Yo, that was hilarious.
Joe, you got the rest of it?
That was necessary.
That was hilarious.
Dame is doing God's work.
The interview was like an hour.
Yeah, you got the second part when he was leaving?
Nah, I didn't get the second part. I mean, I can't really play it. They be trying to flag, so I just got the audio only. Yeah, but
I don't like Charlemagne, but he kind of evened the score when he was leaving.
Okay, what do you say? I mean, you can send it to me. I can just play.
He called him Det Dash.
He called him Det Dash.
oh yeah, okay. I did see somebody.
And then he was about to lead it. He sat back down. He sat back there.
Yeah. Well, there was some other clip. I thought it was on this one where he said that he was the executive chairman of Revolt. Yeah, so he actually said that as well. He's been beefing. I think he just did another interview with somebody else today, but he's been making his runs. I don't know what he got going on. I don't know why he said what he said. He's been into it with Cam as well. Cam has been responding. Some public relation people responded back and said that it's untrue. So he just been all over the internet today, intentionally, I would expect. But what are you guys' thoughts about what took place on that show in particular?
I'm glad he pressed DJ Envy on that real estate scam Rico shit he did. That was probably the best part. I mean, I watched the entire interview in its entirety, and him and going back and forth with Charlemagne. I mean, I'm not a fan of Charlemagne as currently presented. I don't think he's been the same since he got his that raccoon shit he had going on fixed, like the dark spots on his eyes and started taking care of his skin. I don't think he's been the same since. Like when he started getting paid, and now he's structured and has a script to read off of. I'm not a fan, but when Dame pressed DJ Envy about that real estate scam stuff that he's involved in and got him on camera to say it's not true, I love that because that's even more damning for his case. I have a friend who has a vested interest in how that went because he's the one that exposed that scam and the case with him and Flippin' and Jay, and was talking about how they had the 100 houses together and they had done business, and then now that Brady Flippin' and Jay's already locked up or on bond or whatever for whatnot. Now we never did business, so he's going back and lying about all the money that came up missing. So I appreciate that he did that, and I appreciate that Dame is going to speak his mind, regardless of how it looks or how people feel about it. That's something that I admire. But the interview overall, I mean, he don't like Charlemagne. Charlemagne can't sit there and let him bully him because he's been bullied. Like he said, there's a video, like an hour or 2 hour video, people pressing Charlemagne, and he's not doing nothing and taking it. But he had the energy for Dame because he knows Dame's not going to do anything to him. But like when Benny Siegel was talking to him slick, didn't say shit. The cockeyed nigga from Onyx was talking to him crazy, didn't say shit. Anytime somebody else has said something, somebody who's a street nigga said something to him, it's he tuck his tampon string in and just sit there and just take it. But because he knows it's safe to play with Dame Dash, it was cool. So I don't respect that.
Go
I
ahead,
think
Cloud.
to add to what you just said, one issue I have with Charlemagne specifically is it seems like his entire position is there to attack like black men who have actually built things. Like, however you want to feel about Dame Dash or people like Baby, like these are guys that were like multiple hundreds of millionaires like during like the 90s and 2000s. Like these are guys who did literally like Bezos level shit in the music industry. You get what I'm saying? Like these are music pioneers in the business. And it's like when they get in front of Charlemagne, he talks to them, even though these are like people who have done it for our black community, he talks to them like they're regular. But then when you got white people go on his show, like for example, Joe Biden said in front of his face that if you don't vote, can't decide whether you want to vote for me or Trump, you're not black. Like he said that right there on his platform in front of his face, and he gave him no criticism, no pushback. But then anytime a black guy is on there trying to build something, or anytime there's like a conservative candidate on there trying to talk about solutions for the community, he's interrupting them. He's constantly questioning them with these disingenuous questions, making these funny little jokes and trying to belittle them. And I feel like Dame is gonna seem like a joke, but I think he was really standing on business there. He called Charlemagne out on the funny sexual comments he's constantly making. He called him out on the fact that he gives unfair treatment and unfair questioning to different people in the music industry. He called out the fact that it seems like Rock Nation is in his pocket. You know what I mean? I feel like he called out basically everything. And I feel like, again, people are going to look at Dame like, oh, you know, Dame's bugging, Dame's crazy. But nothing he said was incorrect. Even if you listen further, he was just talking about bankruptcy and how bankruptcy actually works. And, you know, they're trying to make a joke out of him to say, oh, yeah, you're going through bankruptcy. And they're calling him Dash and all that. But there's these billionaires go through literally bankruptcies every single day. It's a strategy for them to keep their wealth. And when Dame is trying to put people on the game, they're sitting there interrupting him and talking to him like he's never run the multiple $1 million businesses before. You know what I mean? This is a guy who's done clothing lines. Literally, he changes the culture every time he talks too. Terms like culture vulture, like chatty patty, all originated with Dame Dash interviews. And it's like nowadays, whenever people want to talk about someone using from the culture, they say culture vulture, which is a term directly stolen from him. So it's like I just feel like they don't really put respect on his name because people chose Jay-Z. And so because people chose Jay-Z in the feud, I feel like they don't really put the respect on his name that he deserves for the accomplishments he's done. And I respect that he stood on that because he should.
I like what Dame Dash said, but I want to get too much in it. What I will say is he did bring up something that is really going on in that industry. They try to demasculate black men. So even though he said it in a funny way, it's something that's really going on. Like I'm trying to be careful about what I say, but he really brought up some good key points, like Cloud said. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it was funny. It was funny to me though.
Somebody in the chat pointed out like Charlemagne never says anything about people with real power. Anybody that could harm him or has reach. You just can't respect a man like that. That would be like, I don't know, me, you know what I'm saying, talking the way I talk, and then you see me in person and then it's different. Like you shouldn't respect somebody that does that. I think the Breakfast Club is a joke. I think the show is on its last leg. It's dying. I thought it was trash before Angela Lee left. I mean, right before she left. Now they added Jess Hilarious, who's fucking useless, and then the other girl seems to be the brightest star on the show now. So I look forward to that show being canceled. But you know, since they pander so well for the left, I don't think I think they would have some sort of support given, but they're grasping for straws and just adding all this C and D list talent to a show that was already, cooked. But as soon as Envy fall for that Rico shit, the show is over.
Do you guys have an opinion on what he was saying about black masculinity and him not fitting a standard? Like, is there a certain standard that black men should be to be considered real men? And do you agree that Charlemagne falls short of that?
I do, but I also don't think that's a conversation to have with a woman.
I think I think Charlotte. I don't like Charlemagne, because for a lot of different reasons, I'm not a fan of Charlemagne. And I do like that Dame Preston. I like it when niggas get into it like that sometimes. Like, of course, I prefer be mature for the most part, but sometimes you gotta call a nigga gay. So I I like the exchange that they had, and I like the way he kind of said it to his face and all of that. And Willie is right. Like, I remember when Onyx came up there, Charlemagne, they was talking crazy, but I think Charlemagne could sense that like Onyx wanted a reason to smack him right then and there, so he kind of like treaded it real lightly. And Envy ain't say shit. He was quiet the whole interview. He just watched all that go on, and I remember it vividly because I criticized him for it, and I will always do that because he pressed somebody that came on his show. I think it was Deezus and Merrill, something like that. The talk so the funny guys. He tried to press him when he said something about his wife, but I'm like, you a pussy. Like, you let them niggas come in and say before and just you got picks, but
They Susan Merrill.
Yeah, Deezus and Merrill.
And they didn't say shit that was wrong.
Exactly.
He
He
was
was saying
mad
crazy.
Yeah.
And you tried to press them because your wife probably told you to do it because you know that they're not gonna do nothing, but you ain't say nothing when nobody else come up there and press yours. So yeah.
Go ahead, Pearl.
Go ahead.
One of y'all.
I want them to press somebody they think is sweet, like Jonathan Majors. I want them to press to him, and then he spaz out and beat their ass. Like, that'd be must see TV.
All right, go ahead, Pearl.
I'm kind of in agreement with everybody else. I'm a fan of Dame Dash. I always have been. I thought he was a little off the rip back in the day when he was saying he wanted to be like a quarter trillionaire. That was his thing, like back in the day. But anyway, I've always looked at him as like an intelligent. He was extremely cocky, but I think Dame Dash has always been a smart dude. Has he always made the best choices? Maybe not. But I digress with that. I think he's a smart dude. I think he has some great points. I think going back to what Clout was saying, the whole, we choose Jay-Z, so people kind of like discredit him and write him off. But if you listen to him, a lot of the things that he says are extremely relevant and factual outside of his relationship with Jay-Z, Rockefeller, and all that type of stuff. As far as Charlemagne, we know Charlemagne has always been a troll. Like, I don't like Charlemagne at all. I never have. And it's because of the reason that you all have already said. He's very condescending and disrespectful. And he pick and chooses who he gives that smoke to, which are people that he know are not going to do anything to him. And so I applaud Dame Dash for coming at him the way it was. It's always funny when he talk, get comical, but he was serious. Like, and Charlemagne not really used to that, I don't think. If he is, he kind of run from it. So I'm gonna just land my plane with I agree with Dame. He should have pressed him. I don't like Charlemagne. I think he's disrespectful. So I'll land my plane with that. I thought it was funny.
Okay. Go ahead, Brother Hank.
Yeah, I thought Envy and Charlemagne, I think they was both questionable, so I don't give a shit about them. But as far as Dame, I ain't took Dame serious since Nas ripped his ass on that ether, man. So they all a fucking joke to me.
What you talking about? What he
That
said about
Nas.
Dame?
What he said about Dame Dash?
Dame not a rapper, because Dame not a rapper.
It doesn't matter. He was he was with Jay, so he might everybody in the crew to smoke.
True.
Damn. I was sitting there thinking for a second too. I'm like, dang, he said something about Dame.
I like Dame. I'm not sure about I like his energy. I like his arrogance. I'm not sure about his vision though. I'm not sure about his vision. I think that's the only thing that he probably missing. I think he has a good business mind. He just missing vision. Because like Paid in Full was an amazing movie. Everything after that flops, all trash. Everything trash.
Right.
Eric, come on with it.
Listen, I hear you on everything after, but I think Dame is ahead of the game. Like, because you got to remember, like, this is the guy who made Paper Soldiers with Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart was who he was today. There's nobody that Dame has come across that has not become somebody. Like, even if you look at even like underground artists like Currency. Currency's probably one of the most active underground artists. Currency was rocking with Dame. He still be wearing his Rockefeller chain. Like, literally some of the greatest. I mean, Jay-Z came through Dame. Cameron came, like, it's like so many great artists have come through Dame. It's like so many great, like, literally clothing line, like hip hop. The whole hip hop fashion era was Dame's vision.
Shit was easy.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like he's been doing it before. It is what it is now. He pioneered half of the vision of what people have now. It's just that I don't think he gets the credit for it. And I think, again, because of his cockiness and because he's ahead of his time, when he says it, it looks crazy. But if you look at the curve 5-10 years after he said it or he tried it, that's what is happening. That's what the trend is.
Look,
Dame Dash is raps Tyler Perry, and he's not putting niggas in dresses and drag. Like, you look at when they had their run, Dame Dash had one of the most epic runs ever. The problem was he just wasn't the talent behind the run, because everybody knows the talent. Most people don't know the manager or the people behind the scenes or the business partners. So yeah,
we
knew we did know Dame. I mean, we allowed.
Generally speaking, like, nobody knows Drake's manager, right? Even though Scooter Braun, right? Nobody knows Young Thug's manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know the manager, the team behind the person. And the difference with Dame Dash back in the day, he was in front with them because he put himself there. Like, that's now people aren't doing that. Like, we know who Maverick Carter is from LeBron James, right? But until he was the sports agent and the mogul in that sense, you guys wouldn't be able to pick that nigga out of a lineup. And the majority of y'all know who he is because he's married to Adele. Not because of him being, a sports agent with $8 billion in contracts. Like, nobody, see what I'm saying? So, like, people knew Dame because of what he was doing with Jay-Z and the Rockaware, he's in every video, all the commercials, and then putting out the movies, State Property 1 and 2, all of that. So,
yeah, I mean, hold on, Clyde. I still wanted to push back on what you said.
All right.
I think it was easy back then. I think it was easy back then. I think it was easy to come to Philly and be like, yo, who your hottest rappers? Oh, let's put them niggas didn't even know each other. They put them all together in State Property. Like, they didn't know each other before that. Like, let me finish.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you cook.
That talent in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was easy. Do it today. I bet you he can't. Like, and I'm not saying, listen, everything that he's done since then, right? Well, I'm not gonna say everything, but a lot of the things that he's been letting us know that he's doing, it's been corny. It's not that easy no more. In the 90s, it was easy to find talent, and everybody and all the talent was trying to get with you. Like, now, talent don't gotta get with you; they can do it themselves. It's a little different now.
Are we always gonna be this forgiving in the community? Like, is this always gonna be a thing? I'm just asking. Like, we talk about people like they ain't moved industries, yo. Like you own intellectual property, you ain't gotta do a lot of stuff. You can do one thing great one time, and it echoes through generations. I just don't get it. It's like most people are regular, most of us are regular, most people that listen to us are regular, and we got so much criticism. And as a community, we ain't moving nothing. Like, the fact that we don't know who the managerial partners are is a concern. Like, the talent is not what's the one really making things happen anyway. They can't perform without contract. They can't perform without vision. You need a thinker and a visionary. And we always see it. Are we ever going to just give credence to the fact that people have lived their lives and maybe they had their season, but they had it, no matter how short it was? I'm just saying.
I mean, also, you got to look at it like this. I think that's part of Dame's frustration, right? Because it's like he's seeing everybody get credit for stuff he pioneered. Like, for example, even the liquor thing, the Ciroc, all of that. Like, he did it first with Armadale. And the irony of it is that Jay-Z's the one who actually messed that deal up. Because he had a deal with Armadale, but Jay-Z was out there promoting Belvedere. So Jay-Z was like was posting up with Belvedere, and he wasn't doing the pictures with Armour, and they lost the deal. And then Jay-Z goes on years later to start doing Duce and Ace of Spades and all that, and Puff goes on to do Ciroc, and now Puff complaining about the deal he had with Ciroc. But all that is a brainchild of what Dame did. But the difference is Dame has been speaking from the position what Diddy's saying now. Like Dame was been saying, nah, give me ownership, and that's why they didn't want to deal with him. So they said, let's cut Dame out, the guy who's yelling about ownership, and let's go to Jay and Diddy because these guys will promote our stuff for a small cut. And so everybody's champion, oh, look at what Jay doing, look at what Diddy's doing. And what they're doing is what Dame's preaching against. They're literally they're people using the culture and cutting them out and using them as a middleman when they could have owned it. He's advocating for us to actually own the culture we're selling. But at every chance, they're trying to quiet him down because he's the loudmouth screaming freedom. But everybody wants to uphold the guys that are saying freedom, but really putting us deeper in chains. Like, you got to remember, Jay is the same guy that was like, yeah, we're fighting for Cap. Then all of a sudden he did a deal with the NFL. And then what happened to Cap? Where's Cap at? They use his cultural moment, and now he's a nobody to get a deal with the NFL that benefits who? Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? So I'll land there.
I don't want y'all to think
I'm talking with Jay-Z. I'm just saying, like,
I love everything Dame stand for. But when I tell you, when I'm challenging the creative part, that's just me, like, damn, like this shit was corny. Damn, that shit was corny. Oh, this shit corny. Like, I'm just like, oh shit, maybe it was just the 90s, like, because But you're right when it comes to like. You were right when it comes to like him just being a visionary. When it comes to those, he's a great businessman to some degree. He's a great businessman. But just when it comes to the creative stuff, like, I want another movie like Paid in Full. I wanted him to recreate a good movie as good as Paid in Full. He just didn't.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Where's the space? I mean, you're a successful person, real dope, and most of us on this panel, I believe, are. You can't succeed without failure. Like, why is it that we do this? Critique, like you're saying they're corny, that's cool, that's your opinion, but he's active. Like everything you're gonna do ain't gonna necessarily scale. Everything's not gonna take off. You can research any historical figure who succeeded. They released a whole bunch of stuff that never, it flopped, as we say. But why are we as a people so critical of the flop? Because they're actively doing stuff. That's what I don't understand. It's like these people are trying to infect change, garner industry, but we like, nah, that's lame. It's like, but they doing stuff. And most of the time, I'm not just you, it's people that go and clock in for other people. They can't even change their schedule without permission, but they got the loudest opinions. You ain't moving nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's because people are haters. And anytime you hate on somebody, you're admitting that they're doing better than you, because never in the history of the English language or the word hate has someone hated on someone doing worse than them. So
one thing
I criticize Jordan. Listen, I'm a fan. That's why I criticize Jordan Peele too. I criticize him all the time. He hasn't every time he's made a movie after that first one, it's been going down. They've just been getting corny. To me, every time from since Get Out, every movie after that, it's been a notch down. But his cinematography is amazing, and the music choices is amazing.
The one to come out Friday with Marlon Wayans and what's the white kid name? But the movie's called Him. It's about football and all that, whatever. I hope it's as good as everyone is saying it is, because they're saying it's his best movie.
Yeah, I think he's biracial. I don't know if he's white though.
Who? The kid in the movie?
Yeah, I thought he was biracial.
Oh, we shit. Okay, cool. He want us. We'll take it. Like we need some, light skinned people have been taking L's since this Drake Kendrick Lamar shit happened. So I think we need to get some get back. I mean, they need to get some get back. I'm brown. My bad. I forgot.
Anybody else want to add anything on that? Dame, what's going on, Ali?
I wanted to add one thing. I just wanted to say I feel like one of the best things he said in that interview, which kind of summed it up, is like he was talking about how the news would talk about his daughter supposed to be getting evicted from this apartment in Tribeca. But he's like, what they not bringing attention to the fact is that she has her own apartment in Tribeca. Right? Like that like, so everyone's like, yeah, Dame's broke, but like they're trying to evict her from her apartment in Tribeca, not from Queens, not from Jamaica Ave. Like he's still living that life. Like I pay attention. Like anytime you see Dame shooting somewhere, it usually has his DD87 thing, but like there's something in it that lets you know that this is his shit. Like it don't be looking like he's in studios that he's renting. A lot of these podcasters, you see them, they're in a rented studio, and then you see this podcast shot there, the other podcast shot there. Damn, it seemed like every time he shoots something, he's somewhere nice. He never he don't look like he's struggling, in my opinion. So they keep trying to say this broke thing, but what I think it is, I think his money is just in the things that just aren't as public. And the things that are public are passion projects for him. So the stuff you're talking about that's corny might just be stuff he's doing for the fun of it. You know, Blue Rock and all these little weird projects he's doing, America New or whatever. But I don't think that's where his bread and butter's coming from. He probably got all type of projects going on behind the scenes that he's not even talking about.
Poor people and average people have no idea what actual like broke is to an entrepreneur. Like you can have $5 million in your bank account as an entrepreneur to keep your business running and keep everything, all the things that you got to floating, you might have to use your $5 million for that, right? But regular people broke and entrepreneur broke is so vastly different. If you wanted to say fuck the businesses, you can just take the money and be like, yeah, now I got $5-10 million to just go play with. But it's like, no, like I got visions, I got things that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create. I'm going for broke because I'm trying to create the visions that I have in my head. So it's a completely different thing.
It's also access to credit too, because like the average person, when they think of getting credit, they're like credit to buy a car. Like wealthy people could literally just go be like, I need a line of credit for $100 million. And they could just literally like bullshit with that $100 million for 5 years, figuring out new business ideas and paying for their luxury lifestyle while they figure out ways to keep the cash flow coming in. So it's like their broke is very different than everybody else. He can have $0 in his account and walk into any bank at any given time and be like, yeah, give me a couple million. I'm Dame Dash. Like, here's my portfolio. You seen what I've done? I need 10 million. They're going to give it to him. So I was like, you know.
And also personal bankruptcy and your business bankruptcy are different things. So like, I don't want people to think like Trump has never filed for personal bankruptcy. Always been in bankruptcy in an LLC, which means that he can still go and get another loan the next day. It's completely different. They're two different things.
DJ Envy about to find out. They didn't know what the difference between chapter 7 and 11 were. He about to find out.
We're talking that money talk, man. I like hearing that shit, man.
Off talk.
Hey, you should probably do like put a panel together about, you know what I'm saying, for just the business part. I think that'll do well for people.
That money talk.
Should that be good for
a Saturday? I think financial literacy is definitely needed because, you know, they're literally on there laughing at him about bankruptcy, and it's like he's literally laughing in their face like, you don't get it, dummy. I just did this. Like, he's like, I don't have to pay people that are suing me. Like, you don't get this. Like, you think I'm broke. He's trying to explain to him, like, I have a private office. He's telling you to play. My family business owns all my assets. I don't have nothing in my name. And he's like, he's literally giving you the game. And Charlemagne is on there laughing. And the people who are watching, like Dame said, the people who are watching are going to be like, yo, Dame is broke. He don't know what he's talking about. And it's like, yo, he's literally giving you the source of how wealthy people protect their assets and also avoid paying debts and taxes. And it's like, bro, like, pay attention. He giving you the game.
Broke niggas don't understand the game when it's because they just want to hate because they don't agree with it. It's not familiar to their experience or their lived circumstance. So they consider it bullshit because they just don't know better. And typically what you see happening right now is that you can tell somebody's level of financial literacy based on how they react to when they're presented with financial information that's valid and credible and true. So, you know, the fact that the girl had to go look up the different, you know, they made statements about him filing bankruptcy as if it was a negative thing. And then when he came on board, they had to go back and do some fact checking to make sure they were wrong. And then when he highlighted how they were wrong about it, you know, then everybody had the dick face. They didn't want to say anything. They were quiet or tried to segue to other topics. But when you see in these spaces, when people start talking about money, the majority of people, you know, they, you know, death to the rich, you know, tax the rich, give to the poor type mindsets that when they hear that information, it seems like they're, you know, definitely it's something inherently evil or something wrong or something malicious or just something negative to the information. You know, like you said, bro said don't have anything in your name. That's what every wealthy person does. We don't put anything in our name. We control it though. We control it through trust or other company vehicles, and that's what he's done. And then the part that we left off is he told both of them, "I bet you my view is better than yours in all of my houses." Like, and then they said, they tried to make it seem like that was a unnecessary thing to say, but given the text, the context and tone and space in that conversation, he shit on them because he said, "Nigga, I bet you." They say, "What's your view look like? Are you looking at the water? Are you looking at the beach? Are you saying what's your view?" And he says, "I bet you that my view is better than the view in all four of my homes is better than yours. You're one home," and neither of them could say shit because, well, you seen DJ Envy's house. He's surrounded by some woods and shit, and a bunch of cars, and Charlemagne lives in a penthouse. So, like, niggas not lying.
Yeah, and to be that, to have that type of money, to not be the talent is like, he not a rapper, right? He doing all this and he got to put things together. He's not Jay-Z. He's not like these people. Charlemagne is talent at the end of the day, which means that he always going to have a job. Like Dame is doing this as an entrepreneur. That's different. It's completely different to make all of these moves and to have all this type of money and to be able to like leverage these type of things, and he don't have talent.
Speaking of the line, why do you guys think that he said that he was the chairman of Revolt? Like, where did that come from? As bright and smart as he is, and the credit you guys give him, like, why would he make that statement, in your opinion?
To start shit. Now you got people talking about it. Now he got Revolt coming out making statements. The best thing you can do when you're in the public space, if you want attention, is go tell a sensational lie.
Yep.
That's what he did.
I agree with Willie. I think it's no different than when Trump will be like, "Yeah, we're gonna do the wall and we're gonna make Mexico pay for it," or we're gonna tariff Canada, and then Canada starts running their mouth and giving up all their positions and all of their feelings because it's just a way to stir the pot. For all you know, he has some deal going on in the back end. And maybe by mentioning his name in association with it, if he can get his name trending with it, maybe that'll sweeten up the deal for him. Because maybe they'll see some uptick in traffic. Who knows? Only time will tell.
I don't think I've looked at it that way. Anybody else got anything to add on that? Okay. Going once. Going twice. Revolt. We got Bronner with the $3 super sticker. $3 super sticker. Shout out to you. They have another topic, man. Did you guys hear about Jasmine? What's her name? Crockett going off on an FBI agent?
She's gonna be the first elected public official to make a transition to OnlyFans.
You think so?
100%. She's cooked.
I want to see. I ain't see it.
All right, I'm about to go ahead and play a little bit of this.
She's trying to do the sisterhood thing in politics, and I don't think it's gonna work for her like she thinks it is.
Yeah, well, she went off on it.
I think she thinks when she's when she was like speaking in front of people, like I think she thinks there's a crowd of black women like in the crowd doing this. Like I think she thinks that's what's happening. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like that's not happening for you, baby.
Is anybody on here a Jasmine Crockett fan?
Does anybody on here know what Jasmine Crockett does?
Is she a senator? Or she was? Or a House representative. Now she's in the House, right? She was.
She was
House
state?
representative.
Yeah, for what
Texas.
state? Okay.
Texas, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. Here we go.
There has been so much today, and I truly don't know where to start. So I'm just going to make sure that we start off with a few facts. So a couple of facts that we need to make clear for everyone is that, number one, Director Christopher Wray, when he was appointed to be the head of the FBI, was appointed by Donald Trump. Now, I will agree that I definitely take issue with a number of decisions that Donald Trump makes, especially when it comes to the people that he decides to appoint to very important positions, including this one, because I did have to make sure that I wasn't going crazy. But when I say that you are the least qualified FBI director in the history of the FBI, that is real, because you are the only one that never even served with the FBI prior to joining, yet we are supposed to believe that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. I didn't ask you a question. Now, what I want to go through is to talk about why you are a failure and why, honestly, we just need to tell you bye-bye. I know that you got a little upset and you put on your show for your boss because it seems like you're trying to save your job when it came to talking to Senator Booker yesterday. But let's go through some of your failures. So before you were even confirmed, and I think one of my colleague from Georgia, pointed out that you are already targeting career officials so that you could direct illegal firings. Mind you, these cases that you were so upset about, which are the ones tied to Trump, the cases came through his handpicked FBI director. And frankly, when people sit around and say things like, oh, you know, we're happy because now we feel safe. I don't know who feels safe in this country except for the white supremacists, because I specifically as a black woman definitely don't feel safe. And frankly, my colleagues have been real nice to you today, and I applaud them, but I don't have the same demeanor because I know that multiple colleagues on this side of the aisle have faced death threats. In fact, somebody tried to kill one of my colleagues. And frankly, I don't know if this FBI or under your leadership, if those people would have been caught. I don't have any confidence in you. And if we start talking about the reasons that I lack confidence, we could start with you not just wanting to acknowledge some simple facts. Simple facts like the vast majority of the threats are coming from right-wing extremism. And I know my colleagues have tried to stress this, but I decided that I would maybe do it in a different way. Number one, I have a couple of UCs. Kim Buck, one of multiple Republicans receiving death threats for voting against Jim Jordan as House Speaker.
Without objection.
Another one, Republican lawmaker says she received death threats after voting against Jim Jordan in Speaker's race.
Without objection.
In addition, there was another one from another colleague who now is leaving Congress because they said that they were calling his wife anonymously and threatening her life to the extent that she ended up sleeping with a firearm.
Without objection.
Okay, so here's the deal. How are we supposed to have confidence when you're sitting up here telling the Senate yesterday that it will take you 14 years before you can get the FBI fully staffed to do their jobs? You're also now redirecting resources so that they can go and play ICE agents on the streets. You're getting rid of your most qualified people. And even when it came down to somebody that you consider to be a friend, you were posted up having some fancy dinner to the extent that you posted not only once erroneously, you posted twice erroneously as it relates to catching somebody. And then you want to go and say, let me take a victory lap. Because honestly, if it wasn't for parents deciding that they were going to turn in their child, it seems like y'all wouldn't have got there, even though he literally confessed online. So I'm confused about what it is that the FBI is doing except for trying to put on a show for the apprentice or whatever you want to call him. The day after all of this took place, there was domestic terrorism that was taking place at HBCUs. They were targeted. Yet I didn't hear anything from the FBI about what was going on. And again, black people kept saying, how did we end up in this? Because the numbers are so very clear that white supremacy is a problem. And honestly, I've not heard anything out of you today that makes me believe that you're going to do anything about the white supremacy problem. The one that is leading to children being killed, children being shot, as well as members of their community as they're worshiping in their churches.
The time of the gentlelady has expired. If the gentleman would like to respond to any of that. Well, I mean, I'll respond. Kash Patel, as I said when I introduced him, public defender, former prosecutor, top staffer on the House Intelligence Committee, Deputy Director of National Intelligence with the National Security Council, Chief of Staff at the Department of Defense, and FBI Director. think that's pretty good resume for the guy who's now running the top law enforcement agency in our country. And we've seen all the stats that he's given to the committee on how much better they're doing at getting the bad guys than the previous guy was doing. With that, I recognize the gentleman from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Patel, I think you're witnessing some auditions, clickbait auditions for the Academy Award for my Democratic colleagues. We'll see how they fare as they're on MSNBC later on today. But do you care, before I launch into my line of questioning, to respond to Ms. Crockett from Texas on that very elaborate and theatric display?
Here's what I've learned in my government service. I don't give a damn what they say about me as long as I'm succeeding in the mission. We're succeeding in the mission because the men and women of the FBI have never been empowered to do more work and to hit the streets harder than by President Trump's authorities and resources he's given us. And so all I care about is that we are capturing more child predators than ever before, taking more drugs off the streets than ever before, that we are capturing murderers at a significantly historic rate, and we're delivering this country the lowest murder rate in recorded history. That are facts that you cannot dispute. But you can come at me all you want. I don't care.
Wow.
What you think about that, Miss Ali?
Man.
Hello, everybody. I think she went overboard. Yeah, I think she was just centralizing the people she knew and her personal vendetta against him. But, you know, it's just more to the story. It's more than just her colleagues being threatened. I feel like I won't comment on Trump or whatever, but I feel like I have no comment on that. But you know, I'm not that familiar with what he does with the FBI. I feel like crime is getting, you know, more decreased. I don't know. Is that fact? Can we look that up? But the way she handled it was like, you know, girl on the block. You know how that girl on the block is just a bully and she just snapping her fingers in her head. And it's just, oh, it was so tacky. I don't know. So she will be probably on OnlyFans, like a boy said. But hey, everybody, I'm Allie.
Hey, what's going on?
There you go. Wow.
Nobody paying for OnlyFans.
What?
She
That
is
girl
crazy.
is the fucking nigga. If she go OnlyFans, bro, she'll make $1 million in 30 days. Just people gonna pay for it just to like make fun of her for not being able to take dick or whatever they find wrong with her body. So they gonna go sign up just to make fun of her.
True. Yeah.
I'm just mad she in Texas, dog. That shit is embarrassing. Like,
honestly,
I think this is what happens when we vote with identity politics in mind. Like,
this
instead
is
of
what happens
really
when women are allowed to vote.
just in general, right? Like, you just want to see a black female take a spot. You haven't actually, or at least in my opinion, I don't think she's exhibited any real form of competency. Just like Ali pointed out, she talks like the girl around the block, and she's in a congressional meeting. So yeah, I think she's a great example of what happens when you just focus on filling up. You just want to see someone who has the same melanin content and gender in a position of power without qualifying them.
It ain't that because
Very
they can
sad.
vote for
I
Candace
agree with
Owens.
that 100%.
I think they like how she loud.
That's crazy.
Like it,
What law has she passed? Like, does anyone know, like her time in office, what has she actually done effectively? Has she passed any laws?
Well, I was going to
Or
ask you,
is she
did you
just
know?
allowed?
I was going to ask you, do you know a little bit about her? Can you tell us and a little bit
The
about
only
her?
time, the only time me personally know, I've only seen like clips of her going back and forth with other congressmen about their badly built bodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, when she went off on that white lady, Marjorie, was her Taylor Greene, and she was like, the white lady said something about her. She had on some dumbass bat wing lashes, so she said something about that. And then so her response was, well, what if I said that your bad built bleach blonde body, like, and they said this shit like in the middle of a congressional hearing. Like, so this is what I'm saying. Like, niggas have to keep nigga shit in nigga spaces. And that is not the space for that. And like that's why Buddy said that, you know, she's, you know, auditioning to be on MSNBC later and, you know, doing clickbait. That's how she gains her following. It's from people like her that do, you know what I'm saying, that think that this type of shit is okay. And, you know, this is like, there's an episode of The Fresh Prince where they go out to eat and then the grandparents bring like home cooked food to this 5-star restaurant, like, you know, because that was the cool thing to do. And they were, you know, down south. That's what they do in Congress now. Like she's turning Congress into, saying, to a shit show, saying, highlighting all the stereotypes they have about black women. If you look at that picture of her with them fucking football shoulder pad jackets, like that stiff ass wig, the big glasses, the earrings, makeup, like all of that shit, like everything that we say or that we get mad when people say about black women, being combative, being antisocial, being aggressive, she embodies every one of them.
No, her look though, we're not typically that corny. She's a corny version of like black woman. I would expect a black woman. I wasn't expecting no dress like that though. She looked crazy.
Yeah, like she was talking to this FBI director like he was her man and she caught him cheating. You know what I mean? Like yeah, and hold on, and it says right here on June 14th, and it's like, yo, like it took a whole mouthful. She couldn't stick to a topic. She didn't know what she was talking about. And on top of that, the part that was worse is like everyone that spoke after her insulted her subtly and with less than like 2 sentences. And I don't even think she realized it. Like it just went over her head. Like
yeah.
And they did it so amazingly. And the fact that they were able to do it so concisely just shows you that she's not even intellectually on their level, because even with sparring, she's not even, like, she said all that to say nothing. And they said a few things that to anyone was listening was sharp.
Right.
So I don't know. She doesn't seem competent.
Yeah. And this is what,
To answer your question,
this might be a little.
Hold on, man. Go ahead, DJ.
And to answer your question, she's never definitely I've known a lot about her for years, and she's never, since she's been in any type of Congress or on any seats or sent on any chambers that she's ever been on, she's never passed or been involved or signed any laws whatsoever or even came up with anything. So she's never been on that positive aspect of passing anything. Nope.
Thank you, but case in point.
And I think it sucks too, because this is kind of what the world sees black women as, you know what I mean? Like this is the representation of the educated black woman in a position of power. And it sucks because there's so many black women that are concise, you know, effective speakers, know their stuff, you know, can do it without attitude, know how to do it with grace, and just have exemplary qualities. And it just sucks that this is the one who's at the forefront that gets all the attention.
Women like her are the worst thing that happened to black, or the worst thing that happened to black people since slavery, Jim Crow, and diabetes.
Wait.
Do you realize that she got into those positions though because of affirmative action and DEI? Like,
and the fact that women can vote.
I'm lost real quick. Who is she in power? Where? Who put her in that power?
She's a representative from the state of Texas.
Okay. And there's how many other states?
It's Texas.
But she's not he said she's in a leadership of black women. This is what they look at. And this is not. She's not.
Well, I'm saying, to clarify, like she's in a position
at all.
She's in a
she's in a position of outside of Kamala Harris.
She's in a respectable position.
She's in less than 1%. Like, yeah.
She's a congresswoman. She's a congresswoman. I mean, that's a position of power. That's a position of status. She's a congresswoman.
She got elected in Texas. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
A black woman got elected in Texas. Like, are we not political? Just in case you guys don't know, Texas is a great state. I'm from there, so no Texas slander will be tolerated. However, Texas is not a place for black people to excel politically.
It's very red. I'm aware.
To get to any space to get elected to, especially when they're on the left. So to be as far retarded, as far left as she is, and to still get elected, but you should tell who elected her and like who was voting for her in those elections. And they
Correct.
all
I'm not
look,
taking
act, and
I'm
think
not
the
taking
same
away
way
her
she does.
credentials, Willie. What I'm saying is, to his point, was she's the representation of Black women.
She in
Well,
politics,
in
she
the
is right
public
now.
eye. In the public eye, yeah, she's a
Yeah.
public
God
figure.
no, she's not.
I think he's trying to say, like,
Young
a lot of
girls.
times with Black women, that is our face. That's our representation. That's who's put in the forefront. That's who goes viral. Look at the
Right.
girls who fighting every day on the Fight Club or whatever show they have. You
Right.
know, look at Niecy, whatever that light skin. I don't watch the show, so you know, they made a song about her. Got a chin like Nancy, whatever her name. So like that is our representation now. It seems like the more ratchet you are, the more you're loud, the more they want you to be in the forefront of who we are as Black women and who we are in our partnerships. It's ridiculous at this point. And we are the ones who fund it because we're the ones who kind of put her in office probably. Like, I mean, I'm
No,
sure the white
no,
people didn't vote her in the office. We probably showed up in numbers and got her in the office
yeah.
to represent us.
And again, that's what happens when we vote primarily on, I just want a Black woman in this space, instead of, does this Black
Black
woman even
women
have
is
the
a-
moral and the actual intelligence and the competency to actually be effective in those spaces? And I would argue when we get and we organize simply off of color and gender, we don't really change anything. We actually keep perpetuating stereotypes because that's exactly what we are organizing on. Just simple Black female boxes checked. And it's insulting to the women who actually do have the competency and do need to be in those spaces. They
Well,
get grouped in with
shout out
everyone else.
Stacey Abrams.
That's a whole nother subject.
America don't like competent Black women, especially Black America.
Shout
Because
out
I'm gonna give you a
Stacey
perfect
Abrams.
What?
example of one. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of one that everybody hates. Candace Owens. She's
I love
competent.
her.
She's sharp. No matter what how you feel about her politics, she's extremely sharp, extremely well spoken, extremely intelligent, well researched. But a lot of the Black community doesn't like her. If you ask a lot of the Black community, who would they stand behind? Shorty, we just saw hooting and hollering, or Candace Owens? They're gonna be like, yeah, Shorty right there. I love her glasses. Her wig is popping. Like that's it. Yes, bitch. I was oh yeah, she did that. You know what I mean?
No,
Y'all
you're
know.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So that's what it is.
Do you have a problem when Charlie Kirk goes into like debates with people and says the same thing? Like the reason why Black people are in the condition that they're in, or I think he I'm not even gonna say that. Recently he said there's a clip going around him saying that Black women, specifically Michelle Obama, this senator, and then the Reeves woman on MSC, whatever. He said that they're all affirmative action picks, and they don't have the intelligence or the capacity to actually keep up with their people. Well, he didn't say that exactly, but that was the gist of it. Is it a problem when white T people or non-Black people criticize women like this? In your opinion,
In my personal
like, are you
opinion,
against? Yeah, like, do you think it's like we are amongst ourselves talking about how this is ridiculous, but is it a problem when people like Charlie Kirk like say it on a national platform?
personally, I don't think it's racist for white people, for non-Black people to have a critique on Black people any more than I think it's racist for Black people to have a critique on non-Black people.
Respect that. I agree. I respect that. These are the things that like anyone with two eyes could objectively see. She doesn't have the capacity. But it seems like again, even when it comes to criticism, we do the racial politics too, like identity politics. Like if you're not one of us, you can't say anything. So I appreciate you saying that too.
Right. I think because a lot of times the assumption, like even with the Charlie Kirk thing, I think people are assuming that the reason that he thinks that would not be qualified is because she's Black. And I don't think people get to understand that the argument is that the reason that he's questioning her qualifications is because of DEI. So his argument is that DEI didn't exist, I would never have a reason to question your accomplishments because I would know that you're there because you met the standards. But because DEI exists and there are separate standards, now I have to question because the DEI exists. But I think a lot of people, they don't want to hear that nuance. They just look at it like, okay, here's a white guy who's on the right and he's commenting on the Black experience. And he's saying that a Black person doesn't deserve this, so this is racism. That's what it is. White guy saying a Black person doesn't deserve something. He must not think that Black people deserve anything. He must think that white people are superior to Black people. And so that's the answer, you know?
Can I comment on DEI? Because I have a question. Like, just because, you know, there's a DEI policy doesn't mean they're just going to pick the worst Black person. I think they're going to pick the best, the one that's going to fit in and put on the representation that they're going to be the puppet and the slave that they need them to be. So just because DEI is incorporated doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to pick the worst. No, they're going to make that Negro
Why should race
perform.
even be part of the conversation, though? Why is race part of the conversation if you are qualified? If you're qualified, you're qualified.
You know
Why do I
why?
even have to
Because
care about
if not, they wouldn't hire. Just like if you go into a Black restaurant, you see a bunch of Black waiters and stuff, and they hiring their family. It's like if they don't have that DEI, they would be all whites. It would be probably
Can I ask you something?
a janitor, you know, that's Black. It would, who would
I
be
can
in
use a-
power that's
Would
Black?
you go to a
give a
Mexican
perfect breakdown
restaurant
for
and
DEI.
everyone there was white? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna give a perfect breakdown for DEI. DEI would be like if the NBA said we need more white people in the NBA because it's dominated by Black people. They said this is not fair. There's too many Black people in the NBA, and none of these teams have a reason to hire any white people. So to make it fair, so that white people have the opportunity to play basketball, we're gonna allow them to get in with a slightly lower physical stats. So maybe all the Black players have a certain amount of assists, a certain amount of rebounds, certain whatever. They might make it cut that for the white players, right? So now you get a bunch more white players coming into the field. But now when they're playing on the field and they're playing with LeBron, and they're playing with when they're on the field and they're playing with LeBron, they can't keep up. And the reason why they can't keep up is because they're not really able to play at LeBron's level. They were allowed in because they had to fill a quota, and they had a max of Black people that they could hire. So even though they may hire the best of the white candidates, we still don't know the best candidates are the Black ones, right? Like the best basketball players usually are Black people. So it's like if there was the
So you're saying that basically the white people work better. Wait, I just want to comment on that real quick. So you're basically saying that white people work better and they're better at leadership
No,
and
that's not what I'm saying.
CEOs. Wait, let me just finish. And then that's why they got to have DEI because Black people, they just don't meet that quota. So therefore, that's what the
not what I'm saying.
translation refers to. But DEI is
That's not
just
what I'm
so
saying.
that they don't take over,
Hey,
and they do have to have 10% of Black people, and it will be the best. It's usually the best.
Hey, Clout, let me
Like we're seeing right now.
let me interject for you real quick, bro, on the Jasmine Crockett part. The thing that I know the majority of you guys don't know who she is, but if you look at the committee she serves on as a representative of the House, she's on the committee for agriculture, and then her secondary is on the Oversight and Accountability Committee. If you look at why she was placed, if you just look at the Oversight and Accountability Committee and look at how she got there, it's overly apparent that they didn't reject her coming because they knew she wasn't going to do shit. She wasn't going to move the needle, and she was who she was. They literally picked her because they get a Black person who is fucking useless as far as what they're trying to get done, being that, as far as that she's on the left and the right is in control of that. So her being a DEI is how she got there. Like they picked her because she's the least dangerous Black person there, and they needed a Black female, so they got her. They didn't go get I think it's one in Atlanta. I think it's another one in like South Carolina. They didn't go pick them, but they went and picked her because they know like, okay, cool, I'll get this loud ass woman in here. She's gonna do this shit or whatever. But she's not doing anything. And if you look at her, she hasn't passed any laws. She doesn't have any bills that have been pushed through the House. like she hasn't co-authored or co-sponsored anything that's been successful. So of course they're gonna let her come in here, hit their quota, and then continue doing white business.
Excuse me. I'm literally over here vibrating at the ignorance that I just heard. And not from you, Willie.
I thought this was on left.
Thank you for
You said
finishing his
no.
answer.
Hold on. Don't get this nigga demonetized. Talk about vibrators and shit. Y'all
Oh
weird.
no.
Right.
No, I'm just I was literally about to have a stroke from hearing all of the ignorance that I just heard. DEI has nothing to do with Black people. It is not a piece of Black legislation that
Conversation was about DEI and affirmative action.
I do not understand why you are talking while I am talking.
Get
DEI has nothing to do with trying to put Black people in positions that white people will otherwise have. DEI is literally inclusion for everyone. The handicapped, I think we can't call them that anymore. But however, just all marginalized groups of people. It has nothing to do with Black people. Now, affirmative action was a piece of legislation that was supposed to be for Black people, but it ended up being for white women and essentially for white men. Ultimately, not essentially, but ultimately for white men. So affirmative action didn't even do us any good. But DEI replaced affirmative action. DEI had nothing to do with us, although we were included in the group of marginalized people. So yes, we were included, but it was not about us. And it didn't work like that. DEI was literally to make places and spaces inclusive of all individuals and not just cishet white men who were not physically disabled. That's all it is.
So I think that's what they were saying, but we're talking about Black people because we're Black. So that's why we said Black.
I understand that, but I don't want us to get that misconstrued. The spreading of misinformation and just talking about Black people when we're talking about DEI is extremely harmful. And that is the reason why they wanted to get rid of DEI, because they wanted to get rid of affirmative action. And if we can stop honing in on the fact that it was for Black people, it might have stood a chance. Maybe.
Well, thank you for that. I don't think that we said it was for, I just want to say this real quick, and I'm going to mute and get out of here. I don't think that we said it was for Black people. We said it was for this Black woman. And we went on that. But to call us ignorant, that was kind of rude. Or ignorance, saying we're talking.
I wasn't talking about you, Ali. I wasn't
talking about you. I had a comment on it, so I'm going to include myself. And if we're going to start to have any, intellectual conversations where we're educating one another, then we should have grace and empathy if we are making mistakes and, when we're speaking. So if you want us to, be more knowledgeable, teach us in a more, empathetic way. That's all I got to say.
But what other groups of people
but to respond,
target because
I didn't want to respond, or can I respond real quick?
Can we take turns?
I wanted to say what Ali was saying, which is that, no one said that DEI was about Black people, but when you talk about DEI being to equalize spaces, which is what you just said, when you're talking about spaces that are predominantly white, the only way you can equalize that space is by providing incentives for other groups of people to enter those spaces. And the second largest group of population in America is Black people. So naturally, when you're talking about equalizing predominantly white spaces, you're talking about including Black people just by proxy. So I don't get what was so ignorant about that. That should be common sense.
What other group of people boycotted? It prioritizes identity over qualification. Or it prioritizes, I'm saying, identity over merit, and that's a problem.
Right.
But what other group of people boycotted the Target for DEI?
Okay.
Right. But DEI wasn't about Black people.
It is because
I hear your argument, right? But it's like
because okay.
No, I was about to say I hear your argument, but y'all treat DEI like it's yours, like. You treat DEI like it's like Black women treat DEI like it's for Black women. I didn't hear Indians. I didn't see the Chinese. I didn't see nobody boycotting
Exactly.
Target and doing all these things all over the country and screaming and hooting and hollering. But y'all.
Who is y'all? Because I don't speak
women.
like that. You didn't hear me just speak like that. I just said that it is for marginalized groups of people. I don't care who boycotted Target. I'm not talking about that. It is,
I don't care.
It is the narrative, it is the propaganda that was being sold about DEI that made everyone believe that they were taking Black people's stuff out of Target, that they were not focusing on Black brands. That is not what it was. That's not what DEI is at all whatsoever. But it did affect Black businesses. It could have. But
okay, that's why we spoke up about it.
But that wasn't the point. And that wasn't my point. You brought that up. I never brought this up. So you made that talking point. But Black women owning DEI, nobody said that, but Black women do speak up for marginalized groups of people. And you could too, if you would just open your mouth and do it. But Black women are just the ones that are speaking up for a lot of people. But because y'all paint this narrative that DEI, like every time we talk about it, it's just targeted toward Black people. And the only thing I was doing was spreading DEI out because it is not ours. Yes, I get what you all were talking about, but the example that was given to explain DEI did not sound like it was for everyone except Black people. That's what I was saying.
Well, I want to respond to that. Listen, it's not only Black people that get questioned about their qualifications when it comes to DEI. For example, the same thing happens with women. I'll be the first to say, if I'm dealing with a traumatic situation and female cops pull up, I'm going to wonder if they can handle the situation the same way the male cops could deal with it, because I know the requirements of running, the requirements of weight that they can lift, and certain physical standards are not the same for females as they are for male cops.
Yes, it
so
is.
That's a perfect example of DEI. That's an example where the standards are changed in order to make access to this job more available for a marginalized group, which in this case would be women. This happens for all type of groups, not just Black women. It happens for women. It happens for Black men. It happens for all type of people. So I don't.
May I also
You saying no doesn't mean it doesn't happen. That's just you being delusional.
The test is the same. I took the test. The test is the same. I have to run the same amount of miles. I have to do the same amount of push-ups. I have to do the same amount of pull-ups. I have to do all of the things. So no.
The test is the same.
And what was that test before women were allowed in? And what was that test like before women were allowed?
Clout. The test has been the same for police stations, like our police departments. It's not the same for the FBI. It's not the same for SWAT. It's not the same in the military. Women do have a lower burden or physical standard burden they have to meet in order to qualify. In the Navy, a guy who's 21 years old has, he has to run his PRT 1.5 miles or in the Navy. He's got to run it in under 10 minutes to get a good, right? And a 12 is him saying medium, and a 13, 15 is passing. As you say, it's barely passing. A woman, her good starts at 14 minutes. So that he has to do it 4 minutes faster. Like we have to get our max push-ups and sit-ups at age 21, we got to do like 81. Women have to do 52. So but what Bo is saying is correct though. For police departments, a lot of them have made the standard equal, but that helps the men because they're only performing to a woman standard. I learned that being up here in Maryland. I thought that was the wildest shit ever. But where they separate it and where I feel it should be separated more is when you get into the SWAT stuff, the special tactics and all of those things. Because now you need to be able to perform at that higher level, which unfortunately women have to meet the male standard.
And I think it should.
I wanted to add, in the specific case of Jasmine, this is her talking about her experience as a public defender in her own words.
The final thing that I'll say, because you've been gracious, is this. When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, why? I said, because I'm Black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy. And
do you hear that part? She told her boss that you should hire me because I'm Black. She had no actual experience, and she walked into the office, and these are her own words, right?
Listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm Black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, let me tell you something. When I walk in, I'm going to walk in with a level of rapport and understanding that maybe some of my other colleagues will not. Charlie offered me my job, and I worked my butt off. And
So here she
I
is
think
saying
she
someone
said
is
that.
qualified.
Yeah, then
She
But
she have
said
a
earlier
that
she
she
was,
got rehired because she black, because she has more street experience or experience like that.
I
That's
think
what
that's
she's
a,
saying.
well, I think it's a weird assumption to assume simply because you're black, you're going to be more empathetic. Because we know there are a lot of unempathetic black people.
But
For her
my
to use
question
her,
is,
So, but then
but
didn't
for
you
her
have
to
an
walk
my
issue?
in
question
there,
is, did she hire
but
herself?
for her to walk in there and say, hire me because I'm black, and not lead with her skill set is a problem, especially given that she admitted she had no prior experience.
And why is it a
So didn't she
problem
have
if she was
but didn't she
hired?
have an issue with the FBI director when
I did not
she
say
made
that.
the statement?
Wait,
Hold
She
on,
made the
Yes,
Cardi.
she
statement he
literally said
has
he's not
no
qualified.
experience.
the
Thank
reason
you.
Yeah.
why it's an issue is because she's
Thank
a
you.
fucking public defender that just admitted she has no criminal defense
No
experience.
criminal.
So if me as a person, say if I'm someone who's
Hire me
convicted
because I'm black.
or that she represented me, I'm using that video clip to be like, hey, y'all got to get me. I didn't have adequate legal representation because again, she literally admitted it that they put her in a position that she was not qualified for.
Not qualified for.
Like
And this is
public
what we were
defender
talking
with
about in terms of
zero
DEI.
criminal defense
Here's the biggest thing.
experience.
Here's the
A
biggest thing.
lot
She
of
didn't
people,
hire
though,
herself.
not even. I mean, a lot of people in the world are in positions they're not qualified to be in.
That has nothing to do with that. Doesn't
She
make it
added
okay.
context,
It just
though.
means that it's not happening just here.
I mean,
So, but what I'm
again,
saying is she didn't hire
she
herself.
did it.
Context matters, though. I'm no Jasmine Crockett fan, right? I'm not at all. However, she did say that she thought that she should be she should get the job because of the cultural aspect of it, and maybe how she can identify with the people that she's defending. And that counts for something. I remember when I worked in a phone store, right? I worked at a phone store in the hood. Couldn't no white boy sell like me because I knew how to talk to people. I knew how to communicate with my own people in that space. Now it all depends on where that don't work with flying planes, right? However, when it comes to communicating and stuff like that, if I'm doing a job where I'm communicating to people and it's all about hearing people, and because a white person might not know what you're talking about. You a 14-year-old from the hood. You don't know how to talk. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know how to communicate properly. But I can understand you because I come from where you come from. So I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're feeling. I know, I can try to help you articulate what you're saying. So I don't know if that makes sense, but
So real dope. You think every business in the hood should hire just all black people?
no.
That's pretty much what you're
Let's
saying,
not
though.
knock her
That's
for
what you're
getting
saying.
a job.
For
Like
the most
you
part, I
gotta
actually
give
do.
her some credit. Like if she didn't have any experience and got the job just based off that, you should be taking notes instead of hating, because you know what I'm saying? Like if more of us did things like that, who actually had common sense, who actually had decorum, who actually was for the community, then we would have better representation. So let's not hate on her. Let's go ahead and take her position. Let's have more people of color going
That's
into
fair.
office.
I think what you're saying is fair. I think what you're saying is fair, but let's ask this question, right? Imagine we flipped the race in that story. Like we flipped it, and there was a white woman who walked into a white and said, "Oh, give me this job because I'm white."
Checkmate.
Right? I don't think people will respond as
They
positively
do it
and
all
say,
the
"Oh,
time. That's called nepotism. When your
I'm
uncle
all
owns a
for it.
company and then
Nepotism
he
isn't a white
hires.
people thing.
They
Nepotism
do
is
it
a
all the
people thing."
time. I'm an accountant. I'm probably the
I
only black
leave that's
person
different
there.
though.
I'm all
All
for
right, there's
nepotism.
a difference between saying, "Yo,
Shit.
that's my uncle, give me a job," and "Hey, I'm white, give me a job because I'm white." I like that's a
I mean,
very
that's the
different thing.
same
Like,
thing because you're keeping it in
how?
the
No, it's
family.
not the
That's
same
blue
thing. It's
blood
not. It's not even
syndrome.
remotely the same.
Now, most of the time, it's people. Most of the time, we do that because we hire people who we're familiar with, who we're comfortable
Yeah,
with. That's nothing new.
nepotism
It's
is
always
normal.
happened.
The only reason why
That's why
we
they
have an issue with
in
nepotism
the
is because most
interview
black
they
people
got to
aren't in a
see if they
position of
The
like
job
you.
I'm
benefit
working
from it,
right
and
now,
y'all
I got
thrive
because
by
of
it.
nepotism. The job I'm working right now, I got because of nepotism. Because my
I'm
people's work
sure.
there. That's what I'm saying.
Can I
Like,
ask? Can I
What
ask y'all a
Cloud,
everybody benefits
question?
from nepotism.
but what Cloud is saying is he's saying that we wouldn't have the same energy with the vice versa, and I agree with him. Most people wouldn't. Most people don't want white people to have the same type of racial pride that we actually have, or like they should be able to say like, "Yo, it's a bunch of white people. I can communicate with them better. I'm white. Like we'll be able to kind of, but we wouldn't accept them saying that.
The thing is, they don't have to say it. They just do it. Like
But
if you walk
nepotism
into
is
a restaurant downtown, you're gonna be the eyeball out. You're gonna be the one only black person with a. I mean, not necessarily, but I'm saying the majority will be their people because that's how they roll. They don't have to say it. That's just how it is now. They made a whole environment, a whole America like that. So instead of like hating on her, maybe we should take her to the side, teach her decorum because she does have the position, and then work through her.
Wait, white people are
we all
walking
do
into
that,
black
though. That's something
establishments.
we all do that.
White people are walking into black establishments saying, "Hire me because I'm white."
This wasn't a black. I don't think that
They don't
lady
have to
walked
do
into.
that.
When you walk into the court of law, that is white land. So she
That's
basically
what I'm
talking to
saying.
her white director, like, "Hey, hire me because I'm black. I'm from the hood. I identify with the hood."
Exactly.
That's
A
what
black
she's doing.
woman.
But
A black
if a
woman went
white
into a
person walked
predominantly
into,
white space and asked to be hired because she was black. How
they
would
do it
that
all the
translate?
time.
How would that translate if a white woman went into a predominantly black space and asked to be hired because she?
Y'all love it. Y'all love it because y'all date them. Because I could tell you, my white
I've never
friends,
dated a white girl in my life.
black
I don't know what
men
you're talking about.
loved her. Like black men love my
There
white
you are.
I've never
girlfriend.
dated a white
Y'all
woman.
date
It's a
them.
display. It's a display right now. What
I
she
don't
just
know.
sit there and said. With the statement she made is an example. We do it. We all do it. She
Your
just
white
made a
girlfriend
statement on
married?
that.
Your white girlfriend
You
married
do it.
to a black man?
You do it.
I
You
don't
do
see
it.
any white
No,
girls
no,
working at
no.
the
But I'm
shops
gonna
in the hood.
say it like this. She say some of the most outrageous shit you ever heard that a white woman would say to a black man. Like you a bum, and he don't say nothing. He don't blink an eye. Cause
And that's your friend?
Wait,
Yeah.
is your friend like culturally? Is she,
Bad
He
judgment of
probably been
character.
hearing it from
Hey,
black
look,
women.
let me
That's
tell
why
you
he's
Bad
such a
something.
good
judgment of character.
I
He been hearing it from
cannot
black
get in
women
people's
all his life. What
relationship.
difference do it make from a white girl?
Bruh,
Hold up.
you ain't no
I
saving
can't get
that.
in.
If you let your white friend
God
talk to black niggas
damn.
and calling them bum ass niggas, you just as trash as
God
he is.
damn.
Because
Well,
that's
let
your
me tell you
friend.
something.
Some
I
nasty
can't.
work.
Nasty work.
The fuck?
You know what? You're trash for even assuming that I should take over another grown woman's mouth and her body and her relationship, and I should be the representation for all white or black women or women. Period. I cannot affect her. Man should have stopped her from saying that. That
Yeah,
she's
her
having the
friend shouldn't
black
hold you
man that
accountable.
she's
You're right.
freaking. So to put it like this, it don't have to be
We
that
don't speak for
example.
them.
It could be how when you all get some money and you all date outside your race. So if that it's the
We're
same
not talking
thing,
about
and
the
she
same thing
talk
now. Now you're talking about dating. We were talking about hiring. Now you're talking about dating. It's a
hiring,
whole nother
dating, it's called
Can,
inclusion. It's
can we
inclusion.
just make
So
sure that
if
it's
you
conversation.
can
No, it's
include
not.
it's
But who
intellectually
did you call
and
trash
logically
though? Who did you call
What?
trash?
CEO, whoever this guy
conflate
is,
You're
Willie.
comparing
nepotism
a
and
workplace to
racism.
people's personal dating preferences. It's nowhere near the same.
I'm just
Not
saying.
even remotely the
Okay,
same.
well, listen. You can tomato. I use that
No,
as an
no, it's not
example.
even. It's
But
not
wait
even
a
that. It's like
I use
it's like
that as an
God
tomatoes.
damn.
example.
minute.
I
You're
use
comparing
that as an
tomatoes and
example
cookies right now.
because how can you say that a white woman can't walk into a business, but she can walk
That's
into
not
your
what I said.
bedroom? Hold up.
That's
Yes,
not
you
what I
did.
said.
You said we
No,
would
I
look at
didn't.
her funny if she walked into a business. And I said, but she walked into y'all bedroom all the time. That's
I
all I
told you I
said.
don't date white
Well,
women. So
my
what are you talking
Not
about?
you.
I
question
I'm
literally made it
saying
clear I don't
like
date white women. So
black men in the media, black men,
there's a lot more
Chris
black women
Brown.
dating white men than there are black
This is
men
why
dating white
they
women.
say we can't debate, by the way. This is
Well, yeah,
why. You
because
haven't actually engaged.
Yeah.
You
Hold on.
haven't actually engaged with the intellectual point.
Hold on.
You've actually taken us off. Oh,
So my question is for the beautiful Marie. How you gonna get mad at Bohemian for saying ignorant, but you just call somebody trash?
he called me trash. He said if I let
Your white friend.
my white friend say that, then I'm trash.
I said no. What I said was if
No,
you
that's not
No,
allow
what
you
your
you
white
said
friend,
that.
that's
I'll
not what you
tell you
You
said.
exactly
trash
what I
just
said.
like her.
I
And then
said
I
you're just
said,
as trash as she is for letting her
yes,
talk to a black man
exactly.
that
So
way,
I
pretending
said
to be
you're
her friend.
trashy and your mama too.
What's my
Well,
mom
you
got
didn't
to
say
do
your
with
Damn.
it?
mama. Now you
Like
saying
this is
mama. So
Yeah,
hey,
because I
Boy, I
can,
tell you.
this is the
because
thing,
I'm
right?
grown,
This is
because
I
I'm
see ain't
grown.
nothing.
get when
I
Jasmine
see ain't
Crockett
nothing. changed.
So this
This
is
is what
I
happened
see
when
ain't
you
nothing
elect.
changed.
She tried to act like she was a new person at first, didn't she?
God
She
damn.
tried to act like she was a new person. She was all kind and
That's what
empathetic
I'm
when she first
saying.
came
We
in.
arguing about
Oh,
It's
y'all
the
didn't know who
house.
y'all was dealing
We
with.
don't get you. She changed her. She changed her name from
Clap.
Ali Dream to
Clap. Y'all didn't know
Ali
what y'all was
Dream.
dealing with.
Same
For
demon.
somebody else's actions,
Hey,
then you're trash.
Same demon.
the
We're
house
all
nigga dealing with
adults.
Clap.
I
shit
gave
Clap.
you an
always
example
Clap.
of
have
where
no
I was
Clap. Y'all didn't
going.
know
pushback.
what y'all was dealing with.
And
I
with
was
you,
a
and look,
victim.
and let me tell you something. You with your little stiff wig, you mad because you date white men.
God damn.
You right there. What's your name? Annie. You're in your stiff wig.
Yeah,
You date
she called the
white
wig
men.
too.
God, stiff
You date
weed.
white
God
men.
damn.
Because that's what you said. You gotta have intellect to
Regardless of who
debate.
I date,
It looked
Let's
like your
go.
regardless of who
ancestors
I
dated white
date,
men too,
regardless of who
baby.
I date,
You
you
need to go
still
It
get
looked
cannot
like your
your
intellectually
ancestors
ass done.
dated
compete with
white men.
me.
Maybe you a little
You
light to be
can't
talking like that.
intellectually compete with me. Unfortunately,
I don't
you're
want
so
to compete
upset.
with you. I would
Unfortunately,
never. I would never. We're
Ain't you
not
a
in the
little
because
light
you
skinned to
would
be talking
lose,
like that?
sweetheart.
Your
We would
ancestors, come on
never.
now.
I would never.
Because you would lose. The fact of the matter is, you've
Ooh.
dissuaded this entire conversation and degraded it when we were actually
No,
having a quality
no,
one about
no. I
affirmative
had a
action
point. You
because you
didn't
can't
hear it.
intellectually
You
keep
didn't
up.
hear it. You didn't
All
hear
right,
it. And
all
you didn't
right,
try
all
to
right,
insult my
all right.
intellect. And I
I'm
just
just
like
letting
I
you
can
know that
insult your stiff
because
wig.
whoever I choose to
I can
fuck, right,
insult your
has
stiff
nothing. Okay,
Etsy wig.
This the
Just like
okay.
empathy
you tried
lady?
to insult my
This is why
intelligence.
we should
Yo,
invite.
is this the
This is the
empathy
woman
You
who's
lady?
need to
advocating
holler at
voting for people based off of
Janice
their race and
about who
gender.
do her hair
Because
because she knew what to
because
she
black
knew.
women
Nah,
are
this the
automatically
empathy
Does
lady, yo.
empathetic.
Shanice
Look
look?
at her.
Does Shanice?
That's
She
why they
knew
want
what
to
time. You need
be.
to holler
That's
at
why
her
people like to
Stay
want to
out
be
hairstylist.
of it.
chosen on the basis of
Fellas,
race
stay out of
because
this.
they have
Stay out of
shit
this,
You
fellas.
character
need to
and
you
and
need
they
to
lack
holler at her hairstylist.
intelligence and
You
the
need to
capacity
holler
to
at her.
actually debate.
Girl, send her
So
your
you have to
hairstylist
choose them
because
on their
you
color
Let
because they
bogus
have
for
nothing else
even
to
let
do
these
with
letting her
it.
heifers
on
have
here
it.
like that. You're
Let these
bogus for
heifers
even
have it.
letting her on here like that. You're bogus. Please send me your number so I can send her. I'll pay for it.
You're not supposed to talk
I'll
about a
pay
black
for it
woman
since
in
I'm
No,
here.
so
no.
dumb. I'm
Let them
such an
have it.
airhead.
Let these heifers have it. God damn.
First it was Jasmine Crockett versus Casper Toy. Now it's Ali versus Ann. Like
Man,
she did,
I'm finna go chill
Ali
in the
done turned this
pool.
whole panel into
Y'all
that
have a
same
good
Senate
day.
committee hearing that Jasmine Crockett was on.
Yeah, let y'all vote and all that, man. This is what we
Yeah,
gotta
that's
do,
the
man.
same hair that Jasmine had, girl. What is you talking about? You a whole crazy
Lord
girl.
Jesus.
I don't have to be an intellect on this YouTube thing. I'm not trying to be the
So so
brightest and the
so
smartest. This ain't no
so
fucking
so
PhD. Like, girl, get out of here.
Marie, Marie.
What is
we
wrong with
know we know
you?
that we know that you're not qualified to speak. You've obviously
Well,
proven that
thank
today.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not qualified in your eyes because
No, no,
you
no,
an
no. You
Oreo.
did a great job.
You
You did a
are
great
an
job
Oreo,
showing.
and you got that what? You got the wig that went
Okay,
viral.
so what's
Hold up.
more?
Let me just say this.
Look,
Hold
look,
up,
look,
hold
look,
up,
look,
hold up.
look, look, look
Let
at
me just
now.
say
Look at her
this.
being racist towards another
Hey
black
JR,
person. Go
put
ahead
Hold
and
the
tell
up.
me.
screen together.
Go ahead and
Listen,
tell me
listen.
how. Go ahead and
Listen,
tell me how I'm
sweetheart.
not black enough because I'm what is it? What's the
No, I'm
qualification?
not saying you're not
You
black enough
still
because you're
cannot
definitely
read and
black.
write
You're
at an eighth
chocolate.
grade level,
You're definitely
sweetheart. You need to be
chocolate.
more
You're definitely
concerned about
chocolate.
that.
No. You're definitely chocolate. But well, let me say this. You got on that
I,
wig. I've been looking for that wig, girl. That wig that make the white men go crazy. That's that wig that makes it go went
No,
viral,
you
bitch.
have
I
not,
swear to God,
Marie.
I've been looking for
Marie.
that wig.
Marie.
These are the
You are not
empathetic
looking for
black
that
women,
wig.
y'all.
Bitch.
This is black woman empathy right
Marie.
here, y'all.
You are
Marie.
not looking for that wig. Stop.
I've been going to
Stop,
these.
Marie.
Listen. I swear. I swear.
From Marie to
I
Marie.
would also
Stop.
Let me tell you. I'm not gonna
From
go there,
go
Marie
bitch.
to
ahead.
I swear to
Marie.
God, I
Stop.
was. I'm not lying to you because it was
Okay.
No, you
going
was
viral.
not.
Like, bitch,
Stop.
People
you
Marie,
again, we
leave
all
her
know
wig
black people
alone.
do this when
Leave
they
her
can't
wig
compete.
alone.
Stop walking
I'm
They
around
they
your
do
house
saying,
in a
this
like,
Exactly.
Go get your ass in the pool.
Is there anything
wanted
else
to
you
get
want
in
to
the
add to the
pool.
Y'all should
conversation?
Stop.
come over. Come over. Let's get in the pool, y'all. Yeah, I'm
I'm
a nice
embarrassed.
girl. Annie, I'm
No,
a
no,
nice
I'm
girl, but
actually
you came for
embarrassed
my intellect because you didn't
because
get the
you
point.
have
So don't
no
even go there, bitch, because
capacity.
you don't get the point.
Okay,
Don't mean I'm not
now
making like
here we
you
go with
are
the
the
okay.
slow
All right,
bitch.
now here we
You
go with the
need
bitch
to
part.
take
Go
a
ahead.
break and listen.
Okay,
I don't have to act like
you're
an
an
Oreo to make
embarrassment.
points. I don't
Okay,
have to
all
act
right,
like I'm Becky
all right,
to make a
all right. You got
point.
it. You got it, sis. You got it. Good job.
Hey, who is this drunk
This culture
on a
is
Wednesday night
inspiring.
at the house by themselves?
Like,
Who said that? Oh, he mad because I called him trash. Because he called me trash.
girl, I'm not mad at nothing. Considering the
Well,
subject, I have nothing to be mad about. Trust me.
Look at here, Felix the cat. You need to
The
just let it
sisterhood is
ride.
full of
This the end of the show.
Jesus Christ.
Baby, look here, Garfield. I'm done with the conversation, okay?
God
Good night,
damn.
you get my point. But you don't have to insult me, sweetie. I'm
I
a
didn't
beautiful
insult
black
you.
woman.
You said
It's
something
like,
to me. I just responded. Like I just said, I'll have.
I know, but
Barely,
you
barely.
said some trashy shit, like a
To a
trashy
This
nigga
trashy
is
that you
person. I
are.
do
this
that.
is
I'm at
crazy.
dinner.
Barely. She look like
I had
I'm
one
full.
question. That was it. I just had one
This ain't no
question.
game. It's not nothing new.
Mm,
I just said, who is this drunk at 12:26 on a Wednesday? Like
Actually,
I'm
we're
Yeah, that
under.
confused.
wine hit.
It's not
That shit
12.
kicked in like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Oh, she
I'm
got some Estella Rose?
She got
Huh?
that. She got that. What's his
That
name?
wine kicked in 10 minutes ago.
Hey,
She acting a fool
what's
Okay.
got
now.
the box wine?
Call it what you like.
Shout out to
But
Yeah,
shout out to
that's
when
my
like
I
little
that.
saw
You
straight
know,
light
Felix the
Estella
they
cat
call her
Rose.
and I
Estella.
saw
You
Becky with the
gotta
stiff wig, I
not
had
drunk.
to say something.
You
So
Drunk
actually
ass
have
With
call
the
it what
you
you
stiff
have
like.
wig.
nothing, and you
Call it
Call
what
it
you
what you
like.
like.
respectful
When
to
I
everyone's
seen
time
her,
here.
Nigga.
I just had to say something because she had something to say about my
No, no,
intelligence.
no,
So
no, because you keep wasting everyone's time with your fanatics,
Still boozy
your
day.
little whatever the fuck you're doing. This performative bullshit is actually embarrassing. You still not have proven
Jesus
She
Christ.
don't hear
anything
nothing you
or
saying.
added
She's
any
smacked
value to
right
this conversation.
Okay, okay. We
What
not talking
value have you
about that.
brought?
We
girl,
not
I'm
wasting
not trying to
time.
prove
now.
shit
Nothing
What
you
to
value
saying
have
you.
you
including
brought?
Girl,
she's
listen,
drunk.
let me
And
tell you
that's the
Fine.
something. When
problem.
you
That's
get
why
a
Let
you
him have
can't
better
it,
speak.
Cloud.
wig,
Let him have it.
That's
Let
the
these
thing.
heifers
That's
go.
let
you're
your
low and it
wig
shows.
alone
You
told me
lack
I
moral
don't owe you
character.
shit.
You
You
don't have
owe
the intellectual
yourself
capacity to keep
a
up with
trip to
even
the
me.
beauty supply to get a better wig. You owe yourself a trip to the beauty supply to get a better wig, baby. I don't owe
God
you
damn.
shit.
Hold on.
I don't have to
Ali,
pull up my
Yeah,
degrees. I don't
yeah.
have to pull up my properties. I don't have to pull up my money for you.
The thing is,
You look like
no, no, no.
trash.
It has nothing to do
Hold
with
on. Ali,
your
Ali, are you
qualification. It
saying
has
that?
everything to do with
Shut
the lack
up.
of your
Shut
capacity
up.
to
Get
talk.
off me. You're
Try. No, I'm not
obsessed.
gonna shut up,
You're
sweetie. I'm not gonna shut
obsessed.
up. I'm
You
not gonna
are
shut up.
I
obsessed.
bet you won't
You're
hit
I'm
her.
obsessed.
obsessed, baby.
So,
Whatever.
so if okay, all right,
You're so
okay,
obsessed.
okay.
I just
Ali,
left the
But
spa,
there's
baby.
something in me that
You need
triggers
to
Whoop
something in
go
that
you.
trick.
and dip.
Get him.
You
Whoop
need
that
to
trick.
put that wig in some deep conditioning in a pot. Boil
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Boil
Is
it.
this
Because that's gonna get the kinks out. That kinks, baby. I'm done. I'm done. Just get up off me. You're obsessed.
no,
Marie,
you're
Okay, how you gonna get the
embarrassing.
Marie,
kinks out? I have
This
Marie,
is
you said,
why you people like you are the reason why the rest of us get a bad name.
And people
I'm
like you
embarrassed to
are
be
the
even
reason
considered.
why that
Look,
wig
look,
went
look,
viral.
look at this.
And
Look
I've
at
been
this.
looking for it
Okay, here we
because I
go.
know women like
Exactly.
you get them. I know women like you are pulling those
Women like
ballers. I know you are. But you didn't get no money for no wig.
hold on.
that's the qualification, not being able to speak or intellectually engage,
Whatever.
but what your wig
Whatever.
looks
You're
like.
22 years old.
Okay.
I got
The
panties older
standards
than
are in
you.
hell
I
because of
got
women like you.
panties older than you, little girl.
Okay.
Ali,
You're not like
Just
again, you've
playing.
done a whole lot of talking and have still not addressed the actual conversation.
I'm
You've
done with it.
derailed.
We went
And
into your
and
wig, girl.
you've
It was a
actually
funny.
disrespected my time.
We were kikiing about that wig, girl. Just
Here we go. All
send me
right.
the link. Just send me the link, and I'll shut up.
hold,
I
hold,
will
hold
shut up.
on, hold on. Ali, you black?
Who
Yeah, you.
asked me that?
Are you black?
Yeah.
Am I black dope?
Yo, stop,
Answer the
stop putting
question.
people in.
Ali, answer the question.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
okay.
course.
Stop it.
Of
You're black?
course, I'm black. Don't I sound
I don't know.
black? Jeez.
Yeah, of course, sound very
He about as black as I'm Chinese.
Sound
What
like
are
an
you
old
talking about?
Italian woman.
How you know? Damn.
What you mixed with, Ali?
Listen,
What's the
bottom line
breakdown?
is I respect
Your
you, Andy.
parents.
I respect everybody on the panel. I just
You
don't
haven't
like
actually
trying to
proven
look.
that. That's
Lies.
bullshit.
Well, listen, I
Show us
honestly
the
have
That's
been
picture
looking for
lies.
of
that
your
wig. I
parents.
swear to God on my
Share. I
life.
want to see the picture of your parents.
I swear to God, on my life, I've been looking for that
Lord
wig, though. And I
Jesus.
looked on
I know
every
she got white
website
ancestors.
for it. And
Prove
no
it. I
dig.
want to hear you talk. I want you to prove it.
Prove
She got
what?
white ancestors
You want
for
What's
me
your
sure.
to
ethnic
prove?
background? Yeah.
But
Are
wait
you
a
black?
minute.
Prove
Why
it.
do I need to prove? I'm gonna say a wig,
Because
and
I
then I'm
don't
gonna
believe
feel like
you.
I need to
Because I
prove
don't
something
believe
to
you.
you.
Because I don't believe you. I don't believe you're a black
If
woman.
somebody
I
said they want to see
don't care
my mother,
who
I'm gonna
you
post it.
are. Who
I'm
are
gonna show a
you?
picture.
What's your
Where
percentage?
are you from? Where are you
When you
from?
look at me, are you confused?
I don't need to be confused. I don't
Right, you don't need to
care.
be
I never
confused.
asked you.
I'm confused about you. Are you black?
I never
She said they
cared.
not like
Someone
us.
who's
They
black
not like
wouldn't be
us.
doing
I
this much
never cared. I never cared. I
distraction.
can speak on
Because
black
you're not
issues.
black. You're not black. That's why.
Oh, now I'm not black because you're.
You just
Oh my God! 'Cause I
you
roasted
aren't.
your wig. I'm more blacker than
No,
you
no, no, no,
to
no,
know that
no.
that wig should
It's
be
a good
right, bitch.
5%
What's
Hindi
Which
in
wrong with
there. I
parent is
see
you?
it.
black?
You
Which
It's at
parent is
least
crazy.
black?
You
5%
Let me
crazy
see
Hindi.
a picture
girl.
of your parents.
You more whiter than me, bitch, with that wig.
How? How could that? How can you, a white
You
woman,
got
tell me how black
5%
I
Hindi
am?
in there.
Oh,
That's crazy.
because I've been looking for a stiff wig so I can fit in with
Okay,
my people.
okay.
And you're the
You're
one
Hold
telling
on,
me
you
white
actually
woman.
revealing how
you
racist you
just
are.
fit in with my
You're a
people.
white woman. You're a white
Hold on,
woman
Ann.
telling other black people how to.
Just come on, get in my
Hold on.
pool,
I'm
bitch.
literally.
Just come on, get in my
Ann,
She's
pool.
not a
hold
black
on.
Come get
woman.
in my
Do
No,
pool.
no,
we
no, no,
have
no,
to?
no,
Do
no.
we
What?
You're
Just
not
hold
even
on,
black.
demeaning me
Ann?
for no
Hold on,
All
and
right.
reason.
and
I
Let
shush,
don't
me call you names
understand
all
it.
she want then.
shush,
I
and
love
shush.
y'all.
Marie.
I'm gonna go
Hold
to
on.
bed. I'm a,
Why you
listen. I
calling
didn't
her
come to
name,
start no
Bo?
mess. I came to say hi to
Ali,
D.
Ali ain't stopping
I
either. You ought to
didn't
be calling
call
her name.
No,
I didn't
I love
call
y'all.
nobody a name. I said
She
Ann.
calling
I
No,
was trying to get
I
no,
Ann
that's
love
not what I
Why
y'all.
is
said.
it?
I
Why?
said,
and I
why
Okay, I
are
have a
said
Let's
question.
not breed
Bo? I
attack
I
said,
each
why
said
other
do
are
on
we
this
you?
have to
I
sister.
said,
call each other
Bo, I
Why
said,
do
why
you
are you
guys?
calling Ann's name? Why are you
Bo
calling
about to put
Ann's
the
name?
tape on.
Not her.
Why is
for
it that y'all allow
trying to
this
leave.
display of disgrace
I
to
was trying to give
continue,
her
and you guys
attention.
allow me to
Ann
be the
don't
butt of
you're
it?
in Ann.
And you
And
gotta
wait,
I
stop.
I
can't.
God
tune
damn,
into
I
you
was
all
trying to
the
call her
no,
time.
name so she could
You
stop
made
no.
me the
talking.
black, call
I'm
me
trying to
ignorant,
address hold on,
I'm
everything.
Marie.
And
I
Hey,
done
and
you
man.
stop
drinking
trying to
I'm
defend
water
gonna
yourself.
say
at
this
the
till it's
spa
better.
all
Can we
day.
act
And
like
the
we
reason
have
why we
some
let it go
sense
on
in
is
here?
because that's what you have to do.
Damn.
Like the same reason they let Jasmine Crockett go on
Whatever.
because she had her time.
Whatever.
You gotta let them talk.
Whatever.
That's all you
And
gotta
you need
do.
to
But
mute
it's
yourself.
not. It's not.
And you have to mute yourself.
All you, and if you be
It's
quiet,
definitely
you'll
not
win.
you.
All
Just
you
mute
gotta do is
yourself.
just not
I was
respond.
about to say, and if
No, 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 no,
be
no,
And,
no,
silent, but
no.
you
And
can't be silent, so it's
that's it.
hard for
That's
me
all you
to
gotta do. You
defend
win.
you
No,
because
no,
you over
and
talking.
no.
you don't have
It's
the
hard for me to
skills to
defend
be
you because
You
you
guys,
over
I just want
talking.
to point
a
out,
hyena.
you guys are coming at me to be quiet. Meanwhile, she spent the last 30
No,
minutes not
And
only
that's what we're
degrading me,
trying
but
to
wasting her time.
explain
no,
to
All
you.
So
and
right,
I have to
I
be
Marie.
did
That's what we're
quiet.
not
trying to
I
degrade
explain
have
to
to
you.
be
you.
I
quiet.
said
You
your
be
You
wig
quiet
guys,
was
because
Like
you
you
stiff.
you
don't
can't
guys,
you
agree.
gotta
you
let
Let
guys
it
them
have,
happen.
talk.
Listen,
Let
you
people
guys
give
Y'all
you
can,
a
not gonna
second.
I don't care.
I did
you
not
guys
degrade
can
you. I
shut.
Sean,
said
give
your
this
wig
lady
You
the
was
should
stiff.
whooping.
This
shut.
is a
Shut
fact.
up, man.
You said I lack intellect, which is not a fact. You don't
no,
know me from a
no.
can of paint.
And we're not telling
You
you to be quiet
You
because
should
you
check her behavior too.
and,
Keep them out.
and
I
we're
don't
not
want to
Check
hear
her
any of
And
them
behavior.
talking
and you
business.
should
And
stop your
hyenas behavior on the
behavior
show.
That's what
too.
we were trying
Because
to
you're
do,
rude.
and
okay,
It
Marie,
is not
Marie,
acceptable the way that they are
Marie,
talking.
give
be
me
wrong
5
with these
minutes.
people.
Give me 5 minutes, please. And give me 5 minutes. It's hard to defend you when you're always
Anson belts,
talking.
baby.
That be the main
There's
issue.
nothing to defend. Her wig is stiff.
It's
It's
hold
fact.
on, Marie. Hold on, Marie. Hold on. It's hard to defend you when you do that all the time. Trust me,
What?
can't nobody out talk me. I could have been went to bats with Marie.
Here we go.
That's not the issue. The issue is if you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do that, then we're gonna let you have it. That's it. No one is condoning
And you
nothing.
gotta handle yourself. Stop whining and crying like Becky, Karen. Like, ooh, y'all don't have my back.
So
what's wrong
This
with
is
you?
okay.
Woman up.
And you
And
know
this
what?
was
Girl,
okay.
Girl,
Okay.
you
All
supposed to be
right.
so
All right.
glad.
No. This is my issue is when we were actually having an actual conversation. Not only did she take us off the rails to talking about what black men choose to sleep with, but in the last 30 minutes, she has not actually engaged with affirmative action. She's done character assassinations and she's been trying to get these LOL moments, and it still doesn't register that you guys are allowing someone so disrespectful and ignorant to take up this space, and I'm just supposed to accept it.
No,
I
no,
don't
So let me
and
feel.
respond to
And
that.
listen,
Marie, let me
I don't
respond to that.
feel. I
hold
don't
up. You
feel like
cannot
I'm
sit and
doing anything.
insult.
All right.
You cannot sit and
I have
And
insult
not.
people.
Marie, wait a
All right.
minute.
mute,
Marie,
please.
wait a
You
minute.
guys
Let me respond to
consistently
that.
do this ganging up
Let
on
me
me, and
respond to that.
I'm actually sick of it. I'm
Let me
actually
respond to
very
it.
tired of it. I'm losing my patience with you and this panel because this happens consistently. I'm actually trying to engage with the topic, and then you take us completely left, and you think I'm just supposed to accept it and think it's cute when it's not. It's disgraceful to me, and it's disgraceful to you because I expect more from you as someone at your big age. And honestly, I don't feel like you guys really give a fuck if I'm here or not if you allow people to consistently bash me and not focus on the subject. It's a waste of my time.
Annie,
Well,
let
and
me
we
just say
was trying to
let me just
dissuade
say
No,
one
you.
thing.
you've
I
said more
have
than enough.
Yeah, but
You've
you're
already
not
okay,
shown me
listening
who
to
you
any
let
are,
better
and I
because
don't
you're
want to hear
also
from you
arguing
anymore.
I
back
have
with
a
her.
response.
Ollie,
I
I'm
have a
done. I'm
response.
done. I'm
You're
done.
not
I'm
okay. Be
done.
quiet. You're
I
done.
do
Shut
not
up.
want to
Shut up.
engage with you
Shut up.
anymore. No, I'm not because you've been so disrespectful.
And so
So
have you.
disrespectful.
And so
I
And
think
have
you
honestly,
gonna hit her.
you.
all right, y'all can have
So
it.
have you.
Oh my god.
Oh, y'all made Ann Rage quit.
She needs to go cry.
You
No.
cannot. My thing is this: you cannot sit and throw insults at somebody and think they're not going to do it back. So, if anybody on this panel think they're going to throw an insult at me, be prepared. That's
Man, shut
it.
your bitch. No, I'm just
But,
playing.
hold
You
on,
can call
hold
me
on.
whatever. I'm gonna
Excuse me,
take it,
excuse me,
but be
Ali.
prepared for what
Ali,
I have to
excuse me,
say.
Ali. Excuse me. But the thing is that I get you insulting her because she insulted you, and that's fine. But you calling her out of her name, like you calling somebody a bitch, that was a little too far because she didn't do
You
that to
call
you.
that ignorant. So how is that
Ignorant is
too
not an
far?
insult. Ignorant just
It
means
is.
that you don't know
That
something. Like, why
is.
do
Hey,
y'all
no,
think
That
it's not.
ignorant
is.
is such a bad
Ignorant is
word?
only an insult
It's
to
not, and
ignorant
that shows
people.
how ignorant you are. That you think ignorant is
No,
insult. Ignorant
no,
ass.
Thank
no. It
you.
was
Ignorant is not
the
an
way you
So
insult.
came
ignorant
and
ass,
unmuted
goddamn ignorant.
yourself was rude. Hold up, I let you talk, so let me reply. The way you unmuted yourself and said, "I'm sitting here with a vibrator in my coochie, upset," and you guys are this ignorance that I'm listening to. First of all, to say
That's
that
not what you
somebody's
said.
talking is ignorance that you're listening to, and say that you're vibrating in anger, girl, you got it coming. Like, girl, sit down. Y'all
First off, she
cannot
wasn't
keep.
even mad
Hold
at
up,
you when she was
hold
mad
up,
at
and I'm
me.
gonna land it here.
Why
Hold
you
up,
so offended? She was
and
talking
Clout,
about
I
me.
had your back, so I don't know why you coming at me. Let's stop right there. But hold
Because
up.
you
Listen,
mischaracterizing the discussion right now. Like you saying things that's not factual right now.
I agree. So let's talk about it. If I'm not factual, I'm able to see myself and make
So if you
corrections.
agree, then you already
But
lost.
don't come at
Hey,
me
you
Clout,
agree, you
like
already
I'm
lost.
Clout, you
gonna
need
take
that
your
shit when she,
shit.
as you, sir, said, this is
Listen, if you
fentanyl.
agree, then you already lost. If you agree, you're
That's
not. You know what I'm
fentanyl.
saying?
No, I'm saying if you think that I said something incorrect or if I need to be corrected, it's the way you come at people like, hey, let me, I heard what you said. Let me correct you on something and then correct me. But
So
to
can I?
say I'm
Well, I
vibrating
got
in
different ways of
anger
correcting. You
and
know what
then
I'm
this
saying?
girl talking about,
Can't do
oh,
that on a
I'm
panel.
ignorant. Girl, get
Can I
your
speak?
stiff wig ass out of here. You
So
deserve every word of it.
can I say this to
Can I
Wait a
speak,
minute. Hold
please?
on. Hold on, Shanice. Let me respond to her because that was something that was said about me. One thing, I completely understand that you probably have a job where you can't go off on people and you come into spaces like this where you feel like this is your time to let your anger out on people, and that is completely fine by me. I really don't care about that. But you're not knowing the actual Webster definition of the word ignorant and taking offense to
There
it.
you go again.
That is
I
your
know
part.
what
I don't know
ignorant
why
means.
you
It means
keep
lack
fighting with
of
her.
knowledge.
I didn't
You gotta
interrupt
let her
you.
No,
talk.
I'm not
I
about to
didn't
let you
interrupt
sit
you.
up and insult me again. Girl,
I'm not insulting you. See? So anyway, but here's the thing.
You
Because
mad?
you took offense to it, that is something personal within you. You took that personally. That was not a personal attack against you, but the fact that you spoke up against it, that is your fault that you took that personally. And you coming up here being completely out of character, because I'm sure that this is not your character all the time. But the fact that you are getting out of character just because
That's not
someone
true.
said a word that you do not understand, that is not my fault. But I was not even talking about you. But now that the rock landed on you, now we can talk about you. You being disrespectful to the point of calling her a bitch, that was a stone too far. But you could have just insulted her wig, and that would have been perfectly fine. And I just would have sat over here and made faces. I'm pretty sure no one would have said anything. But you just went a step too far. And as women, we should not be acting like that because they already talk about us in a way that is unpleasant, but you are exemplifying, you are actually being the example of the things that they say in the comments, and I can't defend that. So you either choose to act with some type of decorum and people probably won't come for you, or you might not belong in spaces like this. You might want to go hit a punching bag, go sign up for a boxing class or something.
So, can I say something? Oh, Marie, if you're talking, we can't hear you. If you're talking,
come on, man, you weren't supposed to tell her.
Yeah, you shouldn't have talked.
Come on, Shanice. Like, you thought that was an accident?
I didn't know.
Come on, man.
Well, can you hear me now?
Nope.
You know what? Listen, like I said, okay, I Miss Bohemian Noir, you unmuted yourself. You said that you were shaking and angry. To sit and judge me, you are the one that needs to go see a therapist, because if someone can be speaking on a topic that doesn't even concern you, but you have knowledge about it, and you're so angry that we're just misquoting your dictionary definition.
God.
Then guess what? I think you need to be evaluated. I think you need to go and see why you're so angry at somebody being wrong, and why you feel the need to be right.
Deflection.
Can I say something? Can I finally say something?
Psychological issues.
This. As the queen of the crash out of this panel, I am disappointed. Okay. Now I get what Bohemian said. Now I was with you when you was talking about the wig. I was with you 100%. I think the B word went a little bit too far, but I'm not saying this as if I have not done that before. But I have learned being on this panel, you know, some things you just, because they already put us in a statistic box, right? And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's fun to do a little clap back, because everybody's gonna come at you. Everybody on this panel will come in. Ain't no teams around here. They gonna be your friend one day, then they gonna eat you up the next. You gotta understand. But when you went to the point of crossing the line, because even I challenged you.
No, okay. Right? So I apologize. I didn't mean to call her no bitch, but when I'm roasting, it come out.
Marie, that's not fair to me.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
But you see, when I had challenged you on something, you know, the way that you responded back, you see what I'm saying? It's just, I just want you, I get where you was coming from, because I'm not the biggest fan of Ann, but I have to say you went a little bit overboard. Wait, but when did
I call her? I thought it was like in playful, like, oh, bitch, shut up, like that.
But when you are
roasting, then it comes across.
Yeah, it comes off like.
I mean, listen, I'm from the hood. I can't help my origins, and it slipped out. So you know, the B word slipped out. It happens in the hood when a woman come up to you and trying to tell you ignorant and you don't have intellect. She deserved to be called a bitch, honestly, because she don't know me. She don't know my educational
is women calling other women the B word? Is that a bad thing now? Because I thought it was a thing of enduring.
I think that when you fight,
I thought it was a term of enduring when the other women called that.
Let the women handle this.
I'll answer that. I love that. Let me answer. Listen, if you fight fire with fire, I learned that when I got my gun license. So if you fight me with fire, why do I have to be, because I'm light skinned, I look mixed or whatever, I gotta be kissing her ass because we're on a black panel? No, I'm from the hood just like she is, so I don't have to do that. And she's coming at me calling me dumb.
Marie, so you gotta get to know me. You gotta get to know me, because I don't care what panel I'm on. I eat somebody up in a minute. That's why I say I'm the queen of this panel of crash outs. Okay, me. You can't out-truck me.
You can have it, baby. I don't want to do it no more.
But this is what I'm saying, Marie. I had to learn because people gonna stop listening to you and gonna start labeling you. Because that's what they did to me.
They already did. And you must don't know.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's just something you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. You went a little bit too far, sis. That's all I'm saying. You just went a little bit too far.
I always do. Every time I'm on here.
On the other side, y'all know Ann go too far. But if Ann would have been silent,
Ann don't go too far with nothing. She just
would have been silent, she would have won this battle. Because you kept going. That was it. You kept going. Once you said, girl,
let them have it, man.
Cracking up, ended
up there. Let them have it.
But then she unmuted and was like, see, and you guys are letting her bully me and her intellect. And she went off topic. So I'm just like, instead of trying to tell me, oh, you're dumb and you don't know what you're talking about, try to understand what point I'm trying to make. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't totally off topic. And then it was like all the daggers. So I'm ready for war. Like, you're not finna come at me throwing daggers and I'm gonna sit back and say, like, come on, like, be for real. Y'all want something from me that y'all don't give.
I don't think what happened was reasonable. Y'all know, like, for you to talk about a woman's wig, right? Y'all know how low that is. Especially, like, imagine how she feel right now.
No, Vaughn, it's only low for us. It's not low for them. It's not low for them. It's only low for us.
It's not low because let me tell you, that wig went
There you
viral for
go.
getting rich men. I swear, that
Listen,
same wig. And she
It
talks like an
is.
Oreo, so she's getting them. So she ain't lacking. She gets around with that wig. That wig is winning for her.
she was
God
trying to make
damn.
an intellectual argument.
I really want to stop this anti-black stuff.
Dope, can I just say something, please?
Hold on, I just want to finish real quick. Like, to talk about a girl's wig when she has she didn't have a defense against that. She was trying to be intellectual. She was trying to just have the conversation. She was trying to say how she felt like you were being ignorant or whatever. That's all of that is above board. You're allowed to talk about those things, but like like y'all are women. Y'all know how that feel.
So how does it feel that I'm an intellectual person, that I pride myself on being a sapiosexual, for somebody who don't know me from a can of paint to misinterpret what I said, my interpretation of the conversation, and say, oh, you derailed it, you're ignorant, and like, get out of here. Like, why do black people want to be accepted amongst the world but don't accept each other? Like, y'all, what you mixed with? Let me see your parents. Like, get out of here.
So
Get out of here.
You just did that to her.
This is why.
No, I didn't. She did it to me first.
You just called her an Oreo.
This is why I have.
After she said that, I'm done.
No accountability, none on your part. You have taken zero accountability for any of this mess. Nothing, and it's disgusting.
That's normal though, ain't it, Bo?
So wait a minute. So she just called me dumb, and I gotta sit back and read it. Wait a minute, I gotta ask you a question. So what should I have done when she said I derailed the conversation?
You have to figure it out for yourself.
No, you answer it. You know so much. You know so much. You tell me what I should have did.
Hey, let DJ get in there. Go ahead, DJ.
Marie. Marie, you know better. And I appreciate you because I understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, you said something that came out of your mouth. And something that came out of your mouth was that she was a little girl. Based on that puts you in a 17-year-old mindset, and you dropped down to that little girl's level. And you dropped lower and lower, and you kept stabbing her. She's not innocent, but you guys sounded like two high school kids arguing over a boy. So in the space of you supposed to be grown and intellectual and all your accolades, you grown, but today you did not play the grown role. So for me, you should have let up on her, knowing that you called her, you sunned her. And that wasn't cool.
But listen, I feel like, listen, let me tell you something. Y'all don't know me from the panel. This is my first time being on with y'all, except for Hank. I've been on with him. But listen, I get rolled every time because of the way I look and because of what I might say something that somebody might not like. So if you're going to sit and you're going to throw a dagger at me, just be prepared. That's all I got to say. And I don't care. I'm not too grown to stoop to anybody's level. If you're 16 and you want to act 16, I'm going to get down and we're going to play whatever dolls, okay? Because I'm just that petty today. Like, that's what I came on this panel to do, to be petty. So... Hi, I'm Allie Marie, and if you talk with me, if you want to come for me, I'm gonna be petty, baby. Be prepared. I got jokes for days. I'm gonna make everybody laugh. You're gonna be so embarrassed. You're gonna cry just like her. So just don't come for me. I was nice to everybody.
So I will say this: we can't say nothing about wigs because y'all always come in my wigs.
I love your wig. I love it. That's why I said give her yo connect. Because I don't understand it, baby.
But my
Your curls are popping.
But here's my thing, Marie. Here's my thing, sis.
Hey,
You said
Shanice,
because
2
she
seconds.
came at you. What you didn't realize is Hank been calling y'all heifers for the past 5 minutes. You ain't saying
He
nothing.
hates me. He
Hey,
hates me.
Shanice, real quick. Can I ask Bo why you have a pet fox? I was not expecting this.
Shut your mouth. She is a papillon. This is her summer cut. Don't do that.
That is a chihuahua that fucked a fox. I can see.
Definitely a dog.
Girl.
That is a fox.
It's my sweet. She's a papillon.
All right.
Shut up.
Is that French for fox?
No, it's French for butterfly.
Because that's a fox, though.
She's not a fox.
Like, are we?
Oh, see, she's a baby.
Did I hurt her feelings? Damn.
She about to rage quit too. God damn, this is some nasty work. Fellas, when we see this, guys, let's just step back. Put it on mute. Don't put on your goddamn cape and shit. You're goddamn right. We're gonna let these heifers have it because they don't need men. They don't need men. We need to step out and let these individuals work it out. Y'all work it out.
Women don't know what
As you can see, we all work it out. I'm not unreasonable.
Y'all really did. Y'all didn't work it
I'm
out.
not unreasonable.
I need a man, Pink. I couldn't say nothing.
Hank, women don't know what they need. We tell them what they need.
Okay, there you go.
See, he just want to start a fight.
Yup.
He just want to start a fight.
Why would that start a fight with you,
I'm not
Shanice?
gonna-
You have sense. That shouldn't even bother you.
I digress.
Shanice, your man know what you need. You don't know what you need.
I digress. Okay.
Yeah, and the first man to tell you what you need was your daddy. I know you had a pop, so I mean, that shouldn't bother you.
Shanice was. You see how submissive Shanice just was? It took us like weeks to get her here.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I've been doing good.
She don't even drink no more.
I don't drink anymore.
That's how her
But
face
that has
looked
nothing
frozen.
to do with y'all.
We got her
That
together.
has something to do with my career. I don't drink anymore.
Boy, you funny. That's fucked up. Listen, that's what I'm supposed to be the one doing stuff like that, but I decided to take the night off. But DJ, that's fucked up, man. Why would you freeze frame that girl's face like that?
No, she's gone.
Now her joint still here.
So now you're gonna talk behind her back.
No. I'm showing you guys that she's gone.
Damn,
Well,
y'all
Willie,
have to go
Willie, you're
outside and
frozen
smoke something.
too.
Clout came back with some black Air Forces. What's up?
I think the whole thing's frozen because look, this is live.
Who's
They were
gone?
stressing me out, man.
Oh shit.
Who's gone?
I think that's just for
is it
you.
because somebody came? Clout, you came?
Yeah, nah. They talking about my change in scenery.
Clyde, you about to go slide on something.
I might just, you know what I'm saying? Nah.
It sure do look like it. I'm scared.
Are you the one that said you wanted to see me and Bo wrestle in the mud?
I did not, but no, I did not.
I feel like you just brought that up because maybe y'all had.
I don't remember saying anything about that.
But no, because that
what,
wasn't him.
Willie?
That was
Wait,
the
what'd you
Sam
say,
Nisbet
Willie?
guy. He in the chat. He been
That was
talking
the-
about Shanice all night too.
Oh, wait. That was bro with the without the glasses.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was him, the Cincinnati
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
I was like, don't bring Bo name up in that. Don't.
I said that too. I said, don't bring me up in that. We is not finna go get no mud together.
Bo don't fight.
How much it's gonna cost?
Bo
They
don't
didn't say fight. They said wrestle.
Well, no. At first they said fight. At first they were talking about
See, I didn't see it. I was at work today, and
If it's
somebody
wrestling,
messaged me
my
about
money's on Bo.
Everybody got a price.
I feel like anybody that wants to watch somebody
My
wrestle,
wrestling on Bo. Them shoulders look a little strong.
Yeah.
Like,
you ain't never seen my shoulders.
I let me tell you
My man
something.
said, "Pull me
slow down,
up,
slow down, 'cause
pull
this
him
South
up,
Memphis
Jr.
gonna
He
come
wants to get, he wants to come
Don't
up,
play with my
Jr.
shoulders, baby. Hold up.
Yeah, a little bit of this South Memphis gonna come out. Hear me?
Oh shit! What are we doing
Bo,
here?
you
What
sound
are we
Memphis.
doing
No,
here?
Watch
What
yourself.
You sound
All right.
what are we
Memphis.
doing
I don't
here?
know. Bo's a
Bo, you
strong
sound
black woman. I
Memphis.
don't know.
They don't need men. None of them need men.
Bo
That's
is
why we had to
jealous.
stay out
I
of
don't
it.
know what y'all have the wrong idea about Bo.
Yeah, let these
Bo, you
women
know I
have
went
it.
to Christian Brothers?
Oh
Did
shit!
you?
Yes, I did.
That's right up the street.
CBU, baby.
Hey, real quick. Hold on.
Spring 04, aka.
Hold on.
Really?
Spring
Didn't
04.
Marcus call Ali out and for her saying she black when she not?
Who, Marie's not
Word
black?
on the street.
Because I was thinking it. I couldn't remember who said it. Mind you, right? Because I wasn't on the panel when it happened. But Marcus pointed that out that she not black.
Are you sure she's not black?
And white don't
No,
miss.
she's mixed. She's mixed.
She white.
But I feel like someone said one parent of hers is not black, right? My mother will tell you she's black. She's black.
That boy got frames in this time.
I got my lenses in tonight because I got to see all this bullshit.
I know that's right, big dog. Nasty Nat, ain't that we call it?
Hey, and this nasty work right here. This nasty work.
I know
I
that's
had
right,
to
big
get in
dog.
it.
Hold on. So y'all trying to say mixed people aren't black?
When we feel like
Ain't that what y'all said about Drake?
Yeah, when convenient.
They not like us. They not like us.
Yeah, when it's convenient.
Hey, it's a fucking melting pot out here, man. In America, USA, what we talking about?
No, Labo,
Like, let's be real. Like, a lot of us mix with shit. Like, I'm a fucking Choctaw Indian. I got white, black, all types of shit in me.
Nah, you black.
We the natives is.
Oh, you got that colonizer blood, huh?
I'm black.
Kendrick talking about they
Black,
not like us.
all of
Have y'all
that.
seen Kendrick's wife? Is she black?
Bonita,
who
you
black?
Spanish.
I'm not Spanish.
You Puerto Rican.
Bruh.
You is.
Don't try me ever again.
Dominican.
Don't try me
I know
ever
black.
again, whoever said that.
I know black.
Hey, just look at hey, just look at the features, man. It ain't even about the tone. You gotta look at the features, man. Everything, the nose, the lips, the eyes. And it's most importantly, it's what's in your heart. It's in your soul.
It's in the mud, huh?
Soul power,
Everybody
baby.
heart is pink.
Soul power.
I'm definitely black.
Cause everybody that look black and say they black ain't black.
Oh, skin folk ain't kin folk. You know what I mean?
La Bonita's mom is white and her dad is black.
Mm.
Actually, no, that's not true. My dad is straight from Santiago de Cuba, de Cubano, Cuban, my father, and he's not a black Cuban. My son is born with blue eyes and blonde hair by a
He's
black
gonna have a lot of
man.
hoes when he grow up.
And my dad is
Hey.
definitely a blue-eyed Cuban.
I mean,
And
my
then my
grandfather
mom
is but I'm
is
black.
French Creole, and her mother is from Sweden, white woman, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yep. All that colonizer.
Como estás, La Bonita?
European, a lot of European
Both
in
of my
me.
parents are black, and my grandparents are dead for
And
the
I'm
most
black.
part. They died. They were black too. So
I'm Nigerian because I'm 30%.
yeah.
No,
Right,
my
when I did
stepdad
my
is
You an
black, so I
octoroon.
say
I
I'm
was like,
black.
Back in the days, they would have called you an octoroon.
there's no black people in Scotland.
No,
I
there's
feel like
not.
they just be making up shit.
Hey, it's black people everywhere.
At this point.
Nigga,
It's
I've
definitely
been
black people in Scotland.
Wait, hold on.
Hey,
Listen.
it's black
Hold on.
people all across the world.
Like
My
I
mother's
would bet that
father
I've
is
been
from
to Scotland more
Louisiana. He's
recently than
French
both of
Creole
y'all have.
Haitian.
And when I
That's
was there for
definitely
the 2
black.
days, I didn't see not one black person. The same thing with the Czech Republic. I don't believe niggas exist there. I was in Prague, didn't see black people for 4 days.
Creole is like a quarter black, I think.
Yeah, it is. But my grandfather, my mother is half Haitian, half French Creole based on her dad, but her mother is full white. So, and she doesn't look like Ali. Ali looks more black than my mother. My mother is not Ali's color at all. Ali is very pretty. I would think that
Ali look
Ali was
Hindu.
Spanish. But I don't know what she is. Her name is my name, though. My name is Yaicha Marie. So
Ali even sound
I'm
Hindu.
Marie.
But my
Hey, all I know, All I know, our people come across the world, all over the world. We all over the world. Like we talk about all these pagan holidays like St. Patrick's Day, all of that, you know, even like Ireland over there, like you know where they came from, that whole term with the leprechauns. That was our people. They was just smaller people. Genocide took over and the white man took over. And that's how it is, man. We gotta realize that like we built this world, not just this country. That's a real shit. I do a lot of studying. I've been doing this shit for years. And I can't always come off at the top of my dome, but it's in my file cabinet.
So J Devon, so you said we built the world?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, we did,
Oh
man.
Lord. Oh God.
That's a real picture?
That's AI.
Oh, all right.
No, it's a real picture.
No,
No,
that don't. He too dark to be
AI.
so.
No, that's a real picture.
No way. Look at the. No way.
Yeah, they posted on one of the blogs.
Nah, ain't a real, look at the feet. Ain't a real picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the back chat.
That's La Bonita and her boyfriend. Who's my boyfriend?
Y'all gotta chill.
But J Devon, with the knowledge that you have of like we built everything, like or what?
Yeah.
So what do you do with that knowledge? You can't.
What do we do with that knowledge?
Yeah, what do you do with it?
First of all, you can't hear me now?
We can hear you.
We can very well.
Y'all can't hear me?
Yes.
Come on.
Are you smoking?
Hey, what do y'all? First of all, we gotta, huh?
Oh, your shit got to be lagging.
Somebody asked me, was I smoking?
I saw smoke in the
This
car.
shit lagging.
Hold on.
Your thing lagging, brother.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I think that's better.
It looks like my head is floating.
Yeah, I had to turn off my Bluetooth in my car. That's probably what it is. Yeah, but shit. What we do with that knowledge is, first of all, this is just me personally. A lot of people don't want to get into spirituality and none of that stuff, but that is the root of it. You gotta tap into that first. You gotta be able to communicate to all people. A lot of people don't understand that. Like I used to, like I've been licensed to be a minister, like all of this stuff. I wrote a book, all of that. Now I got my rough edges right now. I've been jaded in life, so sometimes I come off a little raw, like I do, cause I got a little bit of hood, I got a little street smart, I got all of that, and I just combine it into one. But I know how to read the room. I used to be in children's church, and I learned that like a lot of children, they'll listen to you more than adults.
J Devon, if you could, I don't want you to get too far off of the question.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah. Oh, what do we do with the knowledge that you've acquired, that we've pretty much built everything and stuff like that? What can we do with that knowledge? Or you in particular, what can be done with it?
Well, what I've done, and I've learned from my parents. Like my parents are not perfect, but my mama died like 6 years ago. And my mom and my dad was like married for almost 40 years, man. Like before she died like 9 days like after my grandma. That was a tragedy in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've learned from them. I passed that on to my children. With everything that I've learned from my parents, I pass that on to my children. What we have to realize is that I say this all the time. It says in the Bible that we suffer due to a lack of knowledge, but sometimes I feel like we have too much knowledge. That's the problem. Everybody has their own opinions. They think they're knowledgeable. They think they're more knowledgeable than the others. Like what we have to do is continue to keep that family together. Men and women got to stick together,
I think you
especially in our
did it again.
race. That's what we have lost.
I think you did it again. I think you went a little bit left.
I'm not trying to go left. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can right now. Because you say, what do we do with that knowledge? And I'm just like, nobody can really tell you what to do with that knowledge. I mean, all you could do is just instill these moral principles into your family, into your home. And hopefully it could spread out and we could actually like grow within our community, within our culture, within our race. But
Good
I
night,
will say
everybody.
this, if women and men can't get on the same page within our culture, that's going to be a problem, and it's continuing to be a problem.
So my question was, with us knowing that we've built everything, what can you do with the knowledge of knowing that we built everything?
What I'm saying is that it's so much for us to intake. It's so much knowledge for us to intake that we've been stripped away from a lot.
What do
down
we
the
do
line.
with it?
What do
Not
we
a
do with
goddamn
it?
thing.
We come together. We stick together with the principles and the knowledge that we know. We're learning every day.
Nothing. Okay, great.
Okay.
We can't do what we've been stripped away from. Like all we have to do is take each day at a time, use those principles. I talked about I talked about spiritual side. Some people may call it religion, whatever. I'm just saying, we take those principles, we apply it to our family, and then we can build more communities. And we all need to come together as a team. I don't know if y'all even know anything about. It's like you saying, what do we do with that knowledge? And it's just like, even that question within itself is like, I mean, what can you really do with the knowledge that our people have been stripped from? And then when you tell them even the truth, a lot of times they don't even want to hear it.
Okay. Well,
at this point now, I don't even think people want to hear. They just want to do what they want to do.
I appreciate your answer. Well, I appreciate you trying to answer the best you could.
I mean, because there's nothing. I mean, you really can't say much to. And when we're in the state that we're in right now, like you could literally say something like, I was just listening to what y'all were like literally talking about right now, and it was just going crazy. Everybody was just going everywhere. And I'm just like, we can't even come together as men and women.
I know you lying. I know you lying.
Well, I wanted to
No, what I'm saying is I'm talking about. No, I've seen us come together because I've had moments where I raise a family, everything. All my kids are grown. I had, even in my dysfunction, I had to literally fucking do what I had to do as a man, even when my own women was going against me. But I had to stand up as a man and do what I had to do, even though I had to go through a lot of shit with them.
Jay, let's get somebody else in there.
How do we get here? Where are we going?
Let's get somebody else in there. Bo, you got something to say?
Yes, I wanted to tell you that you're going to hell. First of all, and then
what? That's wild.
Because that line of questioning was diabolical. I just want to let you know that you headed straight to hell for that line of questioning. But I just want to say that I don't know how we got here, and it's time to turn it in. It's time to go to bed because these solo cup conversations is crazy. It's
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
You going to
Hey,
hell.
what the top? Hey, you talking about me? I'm going straight to hell.
No,
I'm not talking to you.
He's talking about me.
Oh, hey, I just want to tell you, hey, Bo. Hey, when I was talking about you and La about Bonita about going to mud wrestling, I was just joking that night. I do think it would be entertaining though, but I was just joking though. It was just a good night. It was like a barbershop conversation last night. You know what I'm saying? We were just being men. And that's what I like about our people nowadays. Like I love the fact that, you know, we are starting to come together more. I could see it. You know what I'm saying? Even with the men and women, I could see it. And, you know, I appreciate JR and what everybody doing to keep that alive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Y'all know what I wanted to say? I don't appreciate y'all running in off this stage. Y'all can call me Captain Save a Hoe all y'all want. I don't appreciate y'all running her off here.
Why you say y'all?
You one of them too. You one of them too. You a
I
culprit.
check in outside of here. I don't.
Nah, it wasn't them. You can't blame them.
No. I'm not saying Shanice is notorious for getting on in for talking too much, but she do it in a mean way. You notorious for getting for coming for in.
I was
And
trying
do
to
drag it sometimes though.
Well, that's your opinion. And
No, what I say is law. What you talking about?
Oh, okay. You got it, Bookie Butt.
Yeah, what did I tell y'all? It took me 4 weeks to get her here.
You got it, Bookie Butt.
Not you got her on your program.
Yeah.
He think he does. You know, sometimes you gotta, cause his do rag be too tight. You gotta let him just think he winning. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Like I'm submissive around here.
Mm-hmm.
Bo is next. Bo is next.
A cold day in hell. So here's the thing, though. I was trying to take up for Ann. I was just trying to shut her up. She can't even shut up long enough for people to take up for her. Lord, that baby, she gonna be all right though. She young. She got a lot of energy that I ain't got.
That girl is not gonna be
here's
okay.
my thing, because you always say whatever I do to Ann, but y'all have talked about me. Y'all have talked about my weight, especially you. Real. My weight. You talked about my
Who talked
my
about
hair,
your
my
weight?
wigs. You talked about a whole lot
Who
of
talking
things.
about your
The only difference is you can never run me off because I
Your
meet you right where
your
you at.
wigs is
And
always
I eat
nice.
that
What you
ass
talking
up.
about?
I eat that ass up every time I eat that ass up. So the issue is, and have to have a backbone. If you're gonna have a mouth, you have to have a backbone, especially with these people in these comments, especially with y'all opinions. You just can't come up in here and just don't expect. She was saying crazy stuff to that lady. She was like y'all always do. So for the first time ever, I actually agree with Ann on this. And that's why I was real quiet today, even though it was a whole lot of stuff she was saying that was crazy. Ann talks over people and be saying stuff crazy and be picking and choosing. She does it all the time. We all have flaws on here. We all have flaws on here. We sick of your damn do-rag, okay? We all got issues and flaws and stuff like that. But my thing is, I say something about your do-rag, you say something about my hair, it goes back and forth, and then we chill and then we move on. We can't coddle emotions. We can't coddle
I wear
emotions.
my do-rag because I got the 360s. I got the willies in.
Hey, hold on.
That's what we always did back in the day.
Excuse me, sir. Hold on. We're talking. Thank you.
The 360s, boy.
Okay. All right, Bookie, but back to you. So we don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose. Because if I would have left, would you chase after me? No. Don't pick and choose.
Shanice.
Don't pick and choose.
No, real dope like skinny women. So you can't put too much stock into talking about weight. He likes skinny women. Because it ain't nothing fat about me.
Wow.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
I mean, it don't
He told me I got
see,
to
my
lose
thing
weight.
is when you know who you are, it doesn't bother
Wait
me.
a second. Have they seen your girl? Now, as public of a profile in person as Dope is, to say that he likes skinny women and his woman being on his page and she is not categorically skinny at all.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying. I was just saying because if he could tell me I need to, if you just lose weight, I'm fine the way I am. I'm cute just the way I am. I don't know what to
Really,
tell you.
what I told Bo was, I think Bo has a really nice look, right? I said, if you lost a few pounds, it's over. I thought that was a compliment.
So
I didn't even say that. I said if she goes to the gym, like Bo has a really nice
I go to the
aesthetic.
gym almost every day.
You never complimented me.
And you putting that work
Hey,
in.
I'm gonna tell y'all both. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. All my black women, no matter what shape or size they are, man, they very beautiful, man. I love.
Bullshit.
Hey,
No, they're not.
hey, no, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna just be real.
Nope.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, I'm talking about outward appearance. It may not necessarily be inward,
That's what we're
but I'm
talking about.
talking about what I see on the outward. When I see our women, no matter what shape or size they are, unless they just sloppy and nasty.
They are ugly bitches, bro. Trust me.
Are you hearing what I'm saying? I said unless they just sloppy and nasty.
Do you want me to point them out in the chat, Bo? The ones that talk the most, that have their profile pictures up, that never super chat because they don't want us to put their profile picture enlarged. There you go. So yeah, we not finna sit here and say all women are beautiful because they're not.
No, I'm not saying. I didn't say all women. And if I did, I retract my statement.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that what I see, and that's why I brought up Bo in that mud wrestling contest. I didn't just say La Bonita a little bit smaller, and that's why I said Bo too, because I'm not excluding either one of them because I see the beauty in both of them on the outward, the external side.
I just want to make sure that we don't deviate from the natural hierarchy of things. And women are not all unilaterally equally attractive. There are some women who are more attractive than others. There are some women who are not attractive at all. There are some men who are
Of
more
course,
attractive than
and
others.
there's some people that's a
There are
dime
some men
piece.
who are more attractive than others. Like that rhetoric of like I'm so pro black that I'm too scared to tell black women the truth is why they are where they are.
No, I'm not saying that because it doesn't matter the race. I mean, you could be a 10 literally, and your heart is evil or wicked. That makes you even uglier.
Separate
I done
conversation.
seen women. I done seen women and men that fucking like they might think they the shit, but once you get to know them, they ugly as shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Well, there have been several people who've been on the show that would be attractive until they open their mouth.
But they're still physically attractive regardless.
Yeah, they're only physically attractive. But as soon as they open their mouth, you're like, oh, you're cute, but I wouldn't fuck with you with somebody else's dick. Like that can happen.
Right. No, I get it.
And Bo, back to that point, I said the same thing to Ann too. Everybody get offended when if I try to get him like, I'm saying that out of love, like if I say something like that.
I just thought you were calling me fat. I was like, oh, he think I'm fat.
I'm not calling you fat. If you was fat, I wouldn't have told you like, yo, you can make something happen. I wouldn't even told you that.
You call me fat.
No, you too loud. I don't never got time to say it to you because you just be yelling.
Man, y'all call me. They call me fat and short all the time, bro. So just taking a stride, big dog.
Yeah.
Don't be offended by it, Bo. Shanice, don't be if they call you fat.
I don't get offended. I don't get offended at all because everybody call me fat.
All Shanice does is compliment.
Searching my Instagram, my TikTok.
Some people
I told Real Dope why I reacted the way I did.
You said what?
I told you why I reacted the way I did.
Why you react that way?
Because I'm currently trying to drop a few pounds, and I was like, I don't need you saying that.
Oh, my bad.
I ain't trying to drop nothing. I like to eat. I ain't trying to drop nothing.
But why do we not? I was listening to somebody on another panel.
Real is when you told people I wear makeup. I don't wear makeup unless I'm performing.
Everything that you brought up that I said I never said to you. Who told you?
You did.
You don't need makeup.
Yeah.
Because you obviously wear makeup. Well, you might wear a little bit of something like, but you don't wear no real makeup.
Yeah, I don't wear makeup.
Nobody
I wear
ever
eyeliner.
Your wigs are always on point. Nobody ever talked about your wigs. You just made all that stuff up.
No, you did.
Why do we ignore the fact though, like that our people are just we have different bone structure, everything, man. Like we just made different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter really the size. What I'm saying is what's in your heart. Like, it's a lot of beautiful people in our culture. Like, a lot of men really in our race, whether we want to accept it or not, and a lot of men will probably say some shit to me about this. we have always really like loved women no matter really what their size typically was. Like, you know, that's always been our culture because we understand, if you really know that about our people, like I got big people, big boned people on my side of the family. Some tall, some big. I'm one of the ones that's just not that way. That's just how it is. That's how it always been genetically. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you're not beautiful, you're not gorgeous or handsome.
Can
You
we
know what
get
I'm
off
saying? And
that
Paul,
statistic
because I
that
know y'all
because
tried to get
somebody
at me about that wet ass shit I was talking about when I got wet. I was talking about I was lit, I was drunk.
Pause.
Y'all tried
And I'm not even a guy. Gee.
What?
Yeah,
like, nah,
can we
that's
can
grown
we
that
ass man
nasty.
can
that
we get
came
off
out and
the
said I get
statistic?
wet was wild. So
No,
I
I
was
said I was wet. I said I was wet. That
same
means that I
gesture
was
weird.
lit. This see, this is the problem nowadays. This is the fucking problem nowadays. This is the fucking problem nowadays.
Full pause.
Like
Full pause.
you know what's
JR,
crazy
send
is
me that song.
I could say I just got out the pool and I was dripping wet. You gotta say pause
No,
at
no,
every fucking thing
don't do
nowadays.
that. Don't
Like
do that, bro. That's
men
not what
can't
you
even
said.
have conversations without everybody saying pause this, pause that. Before it was no homo. I know, and it just got worse. Men can't even have a logical conversation anymore without men saying pause this, no homo this, all that. And we 40 and 50 years old.
Yeah, because
What
logical
the fuck?
conversations don't involve gay shit. That's not logical.
That's nothing about if you
Bro,
wet, you wet.
you got
Like
wet.
if you come out of fucking pool and you wet,
That's not what
you
you said though.
fucking wet.
Don't add that.
Like
Don't just lead with the context, bro. You just said I was wet. You said that shit, or you said it had me wet. Again, that's some shit that normal straight men only hear women say. We understand that it's a
I
lingo.
never heard no woman say they just like when you man, come on, man. Let's be real.
So you've never heard
Like
a woman say I
I'm
was
gonna
wet?
just be honest, man. I done heard it's been so many things that I've said, my friends said. I had to tell them about this shit all the time. Like it's getting to the point where it's so bad you barely can't say shit no more. And we supposed to be in a free country. Freedom of speech.
Are we talking about the
Country
same
ain't
thing?
free.
J. Devon, question.
You know, this
You play
this
sports?
conversation got tentacles. It
J.
just
Devon, you play sports?
I just want to get to can we stop that standard of if you're fat you're unhealthy?
No, we can't stop that.
We have to. I think we should because me as a plus size girl, I'm healthy as an ox.
Says who?
Says my doctor.
Who's your doctor?
So wait. So
what's his name?
You can check my chart.
What's his name?
You can check my chart.
What's his
No
name?
high blood pressure.
Nah, she right
No
though.
sugar diabetes.
Call him right now.
Nah, I ain't gonna. She right though.
Call him right now.
At night.
No, she right though. Let's address that.
Call him.
Let's address that.
Shanice, what I would say is that there should be a different. I do believe there should be a different standard for mayonnaise colored women and non-mayonnaise colored women. Just from being in the military and seeing how they measure you guys, if you're overweight, they measure you saying around your titties, your waist, and your hips. Well, most mayonnaise colored people don't have hips to worry about. Y'all do, and that can skew your body fat measurement. So I think that there should be a difference there. But to say that healthy weights should be drastically different for or just saying well, okay, well, they say that 4 and 5 women are $187 in America, right? So that makes them obese, technically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So to try to move that to 200 or 225, I don't think that helps.
Right. No, I
think
get that. That I understand, but what I'm saying is like y'all call me fat according to my doctor because of my height. I'm in the right health.
I ain't never called you fat.
No, I'm saying in general to society because I'm a big chested woman, and all that extra stuff. And then I have a beautiful gut. So to y'all, not only y'all, and I'm just saying the society that's considered fat, but to my chart.
I want to see the gut.
How about this, Shanice?
To my chart.
You don't judge based off of weight.
To my
Right?
health.
Let's judge
I'm
based
healthy as
off
an
of
ox.
physical
But it be the
condition.
same people that call me fat that don't even know that they got herpes, okay?
Mm.
When the last time you been tested? When the last time you had an STD testing?
But it go beyond even herpes. Man, I've been
When the
cooking
last
for
time you
almost
got
over
tested?
20 years, man. They don't call the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, for no reason. Like, I'm gonna tell you this, it's so many people, like, they bring a lot of garbage over here in this country they don't allow in other countries. Like, a lot of us, I'm gonna just be real, Shanice, you hit pin the tail on the fucking donkey. Because there are a lot of people in this country that are not, they don't look overweight, but they're unhealthy.
Just
High blood pressure,
like
everything that
comments.
don't got nothing
I
to do
don't
with
read. Hold on,
sexual
baby.
transmitted diseases.
Hold on, baby. I don't read the comments, but I had just popped on to see if my people was in here. Marcus Evans said fat is fat by, but he said BY. See, you're so stupid, but you're trying to talk about my fat, but at
I
least
think he meant
I
baby.
agree, Bookie Butt.
I think he meant baby
At
when
least
he
I
said
can
fat is
read.
fat. I
At
think
least
he
I can
meant
write.
baby. I don't think he meant by, because if he did, then he misspelled it.
He misspelled it. Look,
Damn.
dumb.
Give the nigga benefit of the doubt.
He put BY.
Hey, we all choosing our poison. I'm gonna tell you, and we all choose from the lesser evils.
Just as slow as
So
they come.
come on, let's be
Slow as
real.
they come.
Hey, let's get nasty.
No, I'm gone. All right, y'all niggas tripping. I'm out.
Jay, you play sports?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I played in high school. I used to run track, played football for a little bit, played basketball for a church league.
We
was good too.
Have you
really
suffered
good?
like any brain injuries, concussions, anything like that?
Yeah, I probably did. I don't know. I used to get in a lot of fights too.
Okay.
But I used to one thing I know about is me, I could take a blow. So I probably did have some PSTD shit. No, I'm crazy. Like, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm very knowledgeable, but like, if you push me, like, I can go on some other shit, and it don't even matter how tall or big you are. Like, I can get disastrous, and I'm not even playing. You know, I done raised boys. I got all boys. I trained them that way. No nonsense. I did raise a daughter too, stepdaughter, but that wasn't my only girl, so I'll look at her like my only daughter, you know. But yeah, man.
All right, let me get to these super chats. Brano with the $3. Also a member super sticker. Brano again with the $3. Also a member. Naomi, also a member. 499. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Marcus Evans, $5 says what up to some of the good people on the panel. Having hyenas on the panel is embarrassing and nasty work. Devil X Games. Devil Games X. Also member 199. This is gonna be a Lapeef classic. I hope not. Big Ann 11. $10. Bo, don't ever, and I mean ever come on the panel and talking about a vibrator. Lord help me. I got mental picture and scared to go to sleep. Ooh. Look at that.
And I hope it haunts him forever, because I didn't even say that. Thank you very much.
I don't think he was saying hunt in a bad way, Bo. So,
hey, I don't think so either.
Yeah. You guys have a wonderful evening. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Jay. Devon, appreciate you coming up, brother.
All right. Much love. All right.
All right.
Oh boy.
And